Huntsville is 101.7 KSAM. You're listening to 101.7 KSAM, home of the Huntsville Hornets. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. Hear every punt, pass, and kick of hard-hitting Hornet football on the 101.7. Online at KSAM1017.com or with the free KSAM app. You can also watch the game live at KSAM1017.com. Now let's join the broadcast team. Color commentator Brian Adams and the voice of the Huntsville Hornets, Rob Hipp, for the Cabins and More of Texas Hornet Countdown to Kickoff.
Well, a pleasant good evening, friends, and welcome to another edition of Huntsville Hornet Football. I'm Rob Hipp, trying to catch my breath after the walk up here up the stairs tonight. But thanks for joining us here again, Huntsville Hornet Football, presented by our good friends at First Financial Bank, by right here on 101.7 KSAM. A very cold night tonight here as we are live in Madisonville, Texas. And we're getting started here tonight this evening. We're back here at Madisonville Mustang Stadium as the Huntsville Hornets host the Lamar Fulshear Chargers. It is a clear and cool December evening for high school football here in East Texas. When we come back, we'll discuss the season so far. We'll hear from head coach Rodney Southern, and we'll go over tonight's matchup. The Cabins and More of Texas countdown to kickoff continues in a moment. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Cabins and More of Texas offers a wide selection of portable cabins, sheds, horse barns, carports, and much more. So whether you are looking for more storage space or want to create a new space, we have a solution for you. With flexible payment options, including pay up front, rent to own, and traditional financing, everyone can afford their dream structure at Cabins and More of Texas. No credit, no problem. Drop by and see our building on Highway 19 in Riverside. For more information, visit camotx.com. Cabins and More of Texas is a proud supporter of Huntsville Hornets football.
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval.
My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder.
First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
It's time for Southern Talk with Hornet head coach Rodney Southern, brought to you by Charlie's Used Cars. An in-depth discussion about this week's Hornet opponent. Now here's the coach with Rob Hipp.
Welcome to Southern Talk with Hornets head football coach Rodney Southern, presented by Charlie's Used Cars. I'm Rob Hipp. Looking back in this first segment, the Hornets defeated the Montgomery Bears 23-15 this past Friday on the road to claim the District 10 5A Division II crown. The toughest contest of the season last week. Huntsville, of course, securing the district championship. I asked you kind of a similar question after these games, but Coach, how proud of you the kids this season, finding success through a lot of adversity, dealing with a lot of new players that are on the team, of course, losing those seniors that we talked about all season long, and then going through COVID. This team has really came out of the gate strong, Coach.
Well, they've played really well all year, and probably the biggest thing I'm most proud of is, whatever has happened, we talked early in the year that you're going to have to adjust according to whatever it is, because obviously the COVID situation is so fluid, you never know what that's going to be. And then the ability to have to adapt to, okay, we don't have a home stadium, so we're going to go to another 4A stadium and play our home game. How we handled that. Of course, the first half was off of an open week, and some people said we didn't play real well. We just didn't make the opportunities or take advantage of them like we did in the third quarter. So, we're obviously proud district championships, but probably the thing I'm the most proud of is I asked them the other day, we didn't get too excited about that game the other night after the game was over. Even Dr. Shepard asked me, said they're just not real excited. I said, well, they got a lot more football left in them, and they expect this now. This is 3 and 4 years, and it gets you in the playoffs, but the biggest thing for us, it gets us the number 1 seed.
Coach, the offense continues to mature game in and game out. We've seen it. Here, the rushing, I wanted to talk about that, though. The rushing over the last few games has really came alive for the Hornets. What's been a contributing factor to that, Coach Southern?
Well, I think there's 2 or 3 things. Obviously, the kids learning and understanding, because we're doing some stuff now with two backs that a lot of people aren't doing anymore. Everybody's a spread RPO team now, and all of a sudden, we've got guys coming downhill at you, and they're coming fast at you. Q being one of them at fullback, who has helped us to be able to generate some of that. And the other thing is, we started at the beginning of the year. We had one senior in the O-line, 3 sophomores, and a junior. Well, those guys now have 8 games under their belt, plus the time we had in practice. And I think Jalen's gotten a little more comfortable because he's obviously the last few weeks he's had to carry the load because Butcher's, kind of had a tweaked ankle. But I combination of A.J. throwing the ball down the field a little bit more. Every time JoJo gets open down the field, that makes your run game better. And the situation of being able to line up now and know to drain some clock, we can line up and run the football.
You mentioned Jalen's strong performance, especially these past couple games. I think he leads the district with almost 700 yards and I think 9 touchdowns in district play alone, coming up on 1,000 yards in the season. For Jalen, what would you say is the biggest difference in his game that you've noticed from week 1 to where he is now heading into the regular season finale?
Well, probably the big thing is, when you get more comfortable from a vision standpoint, running backs, and a lot of people think, okay, well, you're going to toss him the ball or hand him the ball and he runs right there. Well, if right there is not there, you got to be able to make adjustments and be able to see the field and to see it at the level. A year ago he was on JV and he was good on JV, but I think the difference now is he's starting to see the field and he's got his head up and his eyes open. And I think the other thing, our offensive line's gotten a little better every week. If it's nothing more than experience, is probably the biggest thing. But, I think A.J. has helped some with the run game, but I think collectively what our front 7 people are doing with our tight ends, I think it gives people problems because a lot of people don't see it very much, so they don't know how defensively to fit. And we end up with a gap open. And, of course, Jalen's done a good job running after he gets through the line of scrimmage, too.
Ryan, you mentioned just a little bit ago about how y'all have done something that a lot of teams don't do anymore, and that's line up with 2 backs in the backfield and run it right at you. As a longtime coach in a day and age where we see spread offenses, growing more and more every day, do you get a little bit excited that you have a team this year that's capable of lining up in the power eye and run the ball right at you?
Well, I think it's probably more the ability to be balanced and to say, okay, like the other night, in that situation, if we need to line up and run the ball 3 times and get a first down, we ought to be able to do that. And if you haven't repped that enough, you get in a situation like that. Now, of course, we ended up with a fumble and other things happen. But if you got to get 3 first downs or 1 first down or 2 first downs, you got to be able to do that. Now, it's fun, as a coach, I love inside and team run where, you see that kind of stuff because the thing it does, and I think that's what's happened with us, those young O-linemen, now sometimes they're not thinking, okay, I got a zone step here and block this guy. They're coming off the ball and hit the guy that's in front of you and let Jalen or Butcher do the rest. And, when you can come off the ball like that, it makes football a whole lot more fun.
We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll talk about tonight's matchup versus the Lamar Fulshear Chargers as a home game in Madisonville. This is Southern Talk presented by Charlie's Used Cars on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Have you been thinking about replacing your current vehicle with a quality pre-owned like new vehicle? Charlie's Used Cars has a large selection of quality like new vehicles in stock and ready to go. No need wasting time driving around shopping. Just look up charliesusedcars.com or go by and see them at 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. Charlie's Used Cars has been serving the area for 47 years and look forward to many more. Also remember, if your current vehicle needs service or repairs, they can do that too. Charlie's Used Cars and Charlie's Service Center at 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. That's Charlie's Used Cars.
Welcome back to Southern Talk with Hornets head football coach Rodney Southern, presented by Charlie's Used Cars. I'm Rob Hipp. We look ahead to today's game versus the Lamar Fulshear Chargers, technically a home game, but being played in Madisonville. Coach, we look ahead to this week, another big game here for Huntsville to close out the season, finishing up against Lamar Fulshear. Technically, of course, a home game, and we're talking about the Chargers. They're 5-4 overall, 1-4 in the district. They will not make the playoffs. They defeated Lamar Consolidated for their first district win last week, just by a point, 29-28. Coach, Fulshear, of course, going to try to end the season on a positive note on a 2-game winning streak. Just tell us the mindset heading into this one.
Well, the biggest thing is obviously to finish. It's what we told them Monday morning. we got to finish the regular season, and then you can kind of take a step back for a day basically and kind of regroup, because you're not going to know till sometime late Friday night who our first round playoff opponent will be. So finish the season, and obviously finish the season undefeated. We didn't get a chance to play 10 games, but right now we beat everybody that was put in front of us. So obviously we want to take care of our business this week.
Well, Fulshear, they're kind of in the middle of the pack as far as district goes. Whenever you talk about their defense, they allow 281 yards a game on the offensive side. I just wanted to ask you, and I don't want to, of course, give away any game-type stuff that may impact the game, but with this game, and we know that we're the district champions, maybe an opportunity for some underclassmen to get some more playing time in this one, Coach? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you prepare everybody. If we travel on varsity, we expect them to be ready to play at some. Now, you'd like to be able to get everybody in the ball game, and especially being their last regular season game. But at the same time, you can't overlook an opponent and say, hey, we're going to play everybody this week, because they practice and prepare just like we do. Now, they've struggled through some things that within the district, where they just had a problem stopping people. But they've been okay offensively in some situations, especially the other night. But they struggled against A&M, they struggled against Brian Rudder, and hopefully they'll struggle against us, and we can make sure everybody gets in the game. But at the same time, there's some things we got to get better at, and we've got to stay sharp, because the next week it's for real in terms of you don't take care of your business, you're going home. So we got to be really careful with that, and that's why we talked about finishing this season the right way.
Coach, you talk about staying sharp as y'all head into the postseason. What are some of those specific areas that y'all are looking to improve upon as y'all head into the playoffs?
Well, there's going to be an opportunity, and probably opportunity might not be the right word, but at some point we're going to have to line up and run the ball against somebody, but there's going to be a point where we may have to line up and throw it 40 times. So obviously if we can continue, the last couple weeks people have leaned the safety over Jordan Woodbury, and they said we're not going to let number 4 beat us deep. So you've got some of those things as you go into the game, and then of course during the game, that, okay, what can we take advantage of? Can we continue to run the football? But at the same time, we'd love to be able to let AJ throw the ball more and just get used to that, because obviously at some point you may have to do that. And at the same time, defensively, and hopefully if I ask every defensive kid, they'd say they want to shut out. That'd be the first thing. But at the same time there, we gave up some yardage in the secondary and passing the other night. Some of it was we didn't get quite as much pressure as we have, and a lot of that's attributed to Montgomery's a pretty good football team, and they're well coached. But if we can get a little more pressure, but at the same time get better at the second and third level when the ball's in the air, because we didn't pick off a ball the other night, and we had a couple opportunities, but that's going to be something down the road that we got to be much better at. And always, special teams wise, you want to be sharp in whatever you do special team, because that's one play that can impact the outcome of a game.
Right, and obviously don't want to look too far ahead, but as you mentioned, already have had to start preparing for that first-round playoff game a little bit. One of the things that stands out about this year's playoff matchup is it's going to be against either Marshall or Nacogdoches, two teams that y'all are somewhat familiar with, played Marshall each of the past 2 postseasons, and then obviously beat Nacogdoches here at home to open the 2018 playoff run. For y'all as a coaching staff, does that help y'all at all maybe get a head start as you try to get ready for the postseason, just knowing that there's somewhat a little bit of familiarity between the two teams?
Not really, because Marshall, of course last year, the head coach that was there last year is still there, but the head coach that was there the first year we played him is not there. The head coach at Nacogdoches is new, so scheme-wise and things that they do or will try to do, we obviously may not know as much about them. Now I've got several coaches, got a lot of friends in East Texas, so we'll know as much as we can know about them, but I don't know that it helps a whole lot. Now obviously, if Marshall does win the game, then there's all the talk about all the last 2 years and the fact that I was the head coach there, and I try to ignore as much of that as I can, but again, I haven't looked at it, and I'm not going to look at it. I know we're going to play one of those two next Friday night in Madisonville. So, but other than that, yeah, being familiar with maybe somebody who's played them is probably the biggest thing.
Well, wrapping up here in this segment with head coach Rodney Southern here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show. Coach, you mentioned earlier, knock on wood, team has remained safe throughout the season, healthy, everything has been pretty good. So just wanted to ask you as we head into this final district game before the playoffs start, the overall health of the team and just how practice has been so far this week, Coach.
Well, practice was Monday and Tuesday really good. Of course, today it rained on us almost the entire time, but you know, we've kind of shifted into our playoff mode in terms of practice schedules. We're getting more film and more weight stuff in the morning, and we had 2 really good days Monday and Tuesday, and we had a good day today other than the fact we got soaking wet. But health-wise, we're as, knock on wood right now, we're as healthy as we've been probably all year because, you know, Justin Butcher was the one that we kind of been nursing a little bit because he had a tweaked up ankle, but other than that, we're, you know, now the COVID thing, you just keep your fingers crossed every day on that, but other than that, we're in really good shape. Big thing, our kids have learned how to practice. Even our sub-varsity kids now, they understand how to practice and stay on your feet, and you don't get guys hurt in practice. So right now we're in as good a shape as we could be in terms of a football program, getting ready for this game and then obviously getting ready to go into the playoffs.
Well, Coach, as always, appreciate your time here.
This wraps up Southern Talk with Hornets head football coach Rodney Southern, presented by Charlie's Used Cars. The Cabins and More of Texas countdown to kickoff continues in a moment. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Have you been thinking about replacing your current vehicle with a quality pre-owned like new vehicle? Charlie's Used Cars has a large selection of quality like new vehicles in stock and ready to go. No need wasting time driving around shopping. Just look up charliesusedcars.com or go by and see them at 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. Charlie's Used Cars has been serving the area for 47 years and look forward to many more. Also remember, if your current vehicle needs service or repairs, they can do that too. Charlie's Used Cars and Charlie's Service Center at 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. That's Charlie's Used Cars.
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval.
My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder.
First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
You're listening to the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. KSAM Huntsville is 101.7 KSAM.
Welcome back, friends. Rob Hipp here, live from the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth. I'm Rob Hipp, and thanks for joining us for another edition of Huntsville Hornet football. We're up here in the booth, man, the Copeland Family Dentistry booth. Rob Hipp alongside Brian Adams. Brian, how you doing tonight?
I am
good to see you.
Good to see you, Rob. Friday Night Lights. Man, we got the last regular game of the season. Hornets certainly want to finish strong, finish undefeated, and man, it's going to be beautiful. But one thing, it's going to be cold.
It is. It's a little chilly outside. Temperature in the 40s right now. Huntsville getting ready to come out of their blow up here in just a few moments. We'll make sure to switch over to that here shortly. But Lamar Fulshear, this team 5-4 overall. Most of those wins though coming in non-conference play. They're 1-4 in District 10 5A Division II play. Coached by Osler Fleming, the Chargers won their first district game just a week ago. Brian, 29-28. That victory was on their home field versus Lamar Consolidated. Of course, Lamar here having a tough season as well. But tonight, you better believe that these Chargers are going to come out here and try to sting the Hornets, and hopefully we'll see it go the other way.
No question about it. Anytime you got a team like the Hornets, anybody they play, they want to knock them off the pedestal, and that's certainly what Fulshear is going to do tonight, or at least certainly try to do tonight. One of the things that's going to be a little bit different tonight than, say, last week against Montgomery. Last week we had inclement weather with rain and a wet field and things like that. Well, tonight we have the cold, and that brings a whole different dimension of issues. I mean, the ball's going to be a little bit harder. It's going to be a little bit slick, and those guys are going to need to hang on to it, keep the turnovers down to a minimum, and that'll be a heck of a ball game.
Well, the Huntsville Hornets a perfect 8-0 this season, 5-0 in District 10 5A Division II play. Coach Rodney Southern continues to show why he's one of the best here in the Lone Star State. Of course, Huntsville holding on to that number 4 ranking by Dave Campbell, Texas football. An offense continuing to improve under junior quarterback A.J. Wilson. It seems like we talk about that every single week, but his numbers continue to get better. You've got to give credit to that offensive line who has given him plenty of room. And, man, you talk about other areas. The running game has been very proficient for Huntsville as well. The Hornets ranked number 4 in 5A, as we talked about just a few moments ago. The defense top in the district. A tough contest last week, though, on the road as Huntsville slipping by Montgomery. And I say that word slipping by because Huntsville had to watch out. They played a solid game, but there in the final moments, a costly turnover that gave Montgomery a chance, but escaping there with a 23-15 victory just a week ago. And that was a lot of fun one. And, Brian, we got to talk about the running game. I mentioned earlier Jalen McClain, J-Mac, over 200 yards. The water was boiling. Put the mac and cheese on, baby. It's time to get this one rolling again tonight.
Well, the Hornets are fortunate. They got 2 outstanding running backs. You got McClain and you got Butcher, and that's a 2-pronged attack. And this is something that a lot of high school teams do not have the luxury of, but the Hornets do. And that gives them a balanced offense because in A.J. Wilson, the junior quarterback, I mean, he's got a cannon for an arm, but he's also got legs that can get him out of trouble. And when you've got a 2-pronged running attack like the Hornets have and a great quarterback and some outstanding wideouts and a good young O-line, man, that is a recipe for success right there.
We're 9 minutes to go here before we start things in the first quarter. The Cabins and More of Texas countdown to kickoff continues in a moment. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval.
My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder.
First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
Cabins and More of Texas offers a wide selection of portable cabins, sheds, horse barns, carports, and much more. So whether you are looking for more storage space or want to create a new space, we have a solution for you. With flexible payment options, including pay up front, rent to own, and traditional financing, everyone can afford their dream structure at Cabins and More of Texas. No credit, no problem. Drop by and see our buildings on Highway 19 in Riverside. For more information, visit camotx.com. Cabins and More of Texas is a proud supporter of Huntsville Hornets football.
Welcome back, friends. Rob Hipp alongside Brian Adams. We are live tonight here in Madisonville, Texas, as we continue the Cabins and More of Texas countdown to kickoff. It is your Huntsville Hornets set for a good one here, trying to finish this season undefeated. They've already crowned the District 10 5A Division II championship, but tonight you better believe the Hornets are going to come out here and play another tough one. And, Brian, nothing on Fulshear. This is a team that's hungry for a win, of course, picking up their first district just a week ago versus Lamar. Has just got to keep their focus, and they've got this game, but it's going to be – we'll see how it goes, Brian.
Well, you're right, and the one thing Coach Southern said a little while ago is, man, it's time to close the deal. And kind of games that sometimes if you lose focus and some different things can happen, I mean, anybody can win on any given night, and that's the thing the Hornets need to keep from happening is some of these silly mistakes, these penalties, and they need to close the deal.
Well, that is right. We are 6 minutes to go before we get things rolling here tonight in Madisonville, Texas. Again, Huntsville looking for the opportunity here. And, Brian, you played for the Hornets for many years. You're the former Sam Houston State quarterback also. We always Hornet quarterback. What has impressed you most so far this season, Brian?
The thing that's impressed me the most, Rob, is the balanced offensive attack. That is something that we haven't seen from the Hornets or any really high school teams in the last several years. And the Hornets have that ability with the running game, again, with A.J. Wilson behind center. And it's a very balanced attack. But they also have an unbelievable defense, arguably the best in the state of Texas. And I tell you, for these old school ex-Hornets out there, I know they're proud of these young men. A lot of this reminds them of their teams back in the day, and this team is just outstanding.
Well, we'll wrap up the Cabins and More of Texas countdown to kickoff. We'll step aside and take a break. When we come back, we'll have the Walker County Federal Credit Union starting lineup and more, as well as the kickoff. Stay with us, friends. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval.
My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder.
First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
Cabins and More of Texas offers a wide selection of portable cabins, sheds, horse barns, carports, and much more. So whether you are looking for more storage space or want to create a new space, we have a solution for you. With flexible payment options, including pay up front, rent to own, and traditional financing, everyone can afford their dream structure at Cabins and More of Texas. No credit, no problem. Drop by and see our buildings on Highway 19 in Riverside. For more information, visit camotx.com. Cabins and More of Texas is a proud supporter of Huntsville Hornets football.
All right, we're back live from Mustang Stadium here in Madisonville, Texas. Rob Hipp alongside Brian Adams. Thanks for joining us. Friday Night Lights on a cool and crisp December evening here in Southeast Texas. The Huntsville Hornets running through their blow-up just a few moments ago. Let's go over that Walker County Federal Credit Union starting lineup tonight for the Huntsville Hornets on offense. We'll start with the wide receiver, number 1, Cam Cole. At wide receiver, it's number 2, Justin Butcher. Number 4, Jordan Woodbury. At quarterback, it's the junior, number 8, A.J. Wilson. We'll talk tight end, number 11, Jamarcus Howard. And then that big offensive line, Brian. They have done such an awesome job this year protecting the quarterback, protecting the receivers, the running back. You got to give these guys up front a lot of credit. There's 5 of them, of course. We'll start with number 62, Jose Cruz, number 66, Chris Smith, who was on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show just on Wednesday. Also, Trey Garrett, number 74, Ethan Casas, number 75, and last but certainly not least on that powerful Hornet offense, it's number 77, Lane. Arguably one of the best defenses in the Lone Star State here in 5A Division II. We'll start with the safety tonight. Number 5, Jadarian Tank White. Bring out the tank tonight, baby. At linebacker, it's number 10, Calvin Simmons. The cornerbacks, number 7, Ethan Miner. We'll also talk about number 21, Jarrett Ortega. And then the linebacker, number 18, Cody McLaren. He's going to bring Hitsville again tonight, Brian. I can feel it. We'll also talk about Saxville here in just a moment. The safety, number 25, Waylon Zaboli. At linebacker, another hard hitter, number 27, Jaden Ross. And then how about those 4 up front on the defensive side? Number 42, Seth Carroll. Number 40, Quatarian Q. Riles. Number 55, Brian Bobino. And then last but certainly not least, Brian, say the number. You know what it is.
99.
Mr. Ed Bobino, the defensive lineman. We'll see Sac City tonight, Saxville, Huntsville, whateverville. We're going to see it out here, Brian, set for a great contest here on Friday night.
Well, this defense, Rob, is absolutely scary. They will cut you in half. They have team speed like I haven't seen in several years. They are fired up. They are looking forward to this game tonight, closing out the deal, going into the first-round playoffs with all kinds of momentum, and it is going to be exciting.
That will wrap up your Walker County Federal Credit Union starting lineup. Here is tonight's national anthem. Public address announcer Tony Kulak will be back, and keep it right here for the national anthem.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
All right, friends, that is the national anthem. We're going to keep things right here as we're moments away from the Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club first quarter starting up. Of course, kickoffs this season are made possible by our good friends over at Climatech Secure Storage. Brian, it's been so much fun this season, and I got to tell you, partner, we didn't even know if we were going to be playing football, and here we are fast-forwarding the final district game, the final regular season of the game here in high school football for many schools, Huntsville tonight, and then we move on to the playoffs. We got to get through this one tonight, but Brian, first and foremost, so grateful and such a privilege to be here this year, and most importantly, I'm so happy for these kids.
Me too, Rob. And, you know, the UIL allowed the high schools to play. You know, some of them had to start a month later. I mean, obviously this has been one of the craziest years ever on the books, but we're here. The Hornets are undefeated, and we're going out to the middle of the field with Q Riles to do the coin toss.
Josh Criswell down on the sidelines with us tonight. Josh, how are things down there on the field?
Doing great. Teams just ran out onto the field. Coin toss going down right now. Looks like I think the Hornets are going to receive and start heading back towards my way of the field. But just a really exciting week. The chance to close out their first undefeated regular season in recent memory. And, of course, just keep that momentum going as they head into a postseason that they hope ends in a state championship.
Josh, appreciate you all season as we'll go back to the field. And, man, I got to tell you, we couldn't do it this season, Brian, without so many wonderful partners in the business community. And I always talk about him, but Josh Criswell has done just a phenomenal job helping us out down on the sidelines, and just thank him for all that he does.
Yeah, no question about it. Josh obviously is very sports knowledgeable, and he's done a great job for us. And, Josh, we thank you.
Down there on the field, Quaterian Riles is one of the captains there for Huntsville. Fulshear declined for the second half. Huntsville will receive the opening kickoff. The other captain out there tonight for Lamar Fulshear. And, Brian, I got to find some of my notes here as things maybe have went flying around a little bit here a little bit earlier. It was Jackson Edge, the quarterback. So, again, moments away here. We're going to keep things right here. Thanks for joining us. Hey, by the way, the Hornet Nation fan text line is open. We love to hear from you. Feel free to send us a text message, 512-522-9105. Again, that text line is open for business tonight. Let us know where you're listening from. Again, we'd love to hear from you, 512-522-9105. Brian, I wanted to point out that this may be our last video broadcast of the season. We may not be able to do video in the playoffs, just depending on certain rights holders. If we can, you better believe that we're going to bring video as much as we can. But for sure tonight, we know that we've got it going here.
Well, I sure hope we can, because it's brought another element to the broadcast, and it allows people that can't travel to watch it live on television. And so we'll hope that the UIL will allow us to keep doing video, because it has been a wonderful addition. You know, Hornets are set to receive this kick, and I like it, Rob. You know, they get a chance to put points on the board first, put the pressure on Fulshear. I always love that. And here we go. We're just about to kick off.
Right toe to leather, short kick from right to left, fielded by your Hornets at the 40-yard line on the far side, and brought down just up near the 43-yard line. So the Huntsville Hornets will start for the first time tonight on their own 43. They'll move from left to right.
You know, one of the things we've been seeing the last several games are these little pooch kicks, and I'm not really sure, you know, what the point of it is, because typically the fielding team gets excellent field, and the Hornets are going to start with a short field here tonight.
Hornets are led by the junior quarterback A.J. Wilson, 89 of 162 on the season through the air, just over 54%. He's thrown for over 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions so far this season. Hornets have it starting here. 6 seconds gone, no score, 1st and 10 from left to right. Wilson rolling to the right, has his man in the flats, over to the right side. That's enough for already a first down. It was a great pass, fell right into the hands of his receiver there, Cam Cole, moving the chains already into Fulshear territory. That's a Mocha attorney at law first down.
Well, that was a good route run by Cam Cole. I mean, that's the way to start your first offensive possession of the ball game. A nice first down by the Hornets.
Hornets here, 1st down and 10 on the Fulshear 38. Pass in the flat again. This time it goes over to Woodbury, and Woodbury tracing his way there to the right side and brought down about a 4 or 5 yard gain on the play, Brian. We'll call it a 3-yard gain up to the 35. It's 2nd down and a long 7.
Well, the Hornets are starting out tonight firing the football out into the flats and some short little hitch routes. In the last several weeks, they started off running the football. trying to mix it up a little bit, and they've done a great job of that.
From the right hash mark, Wilson in the gun will hand off in the backfield to his running back. Crossing over the right side, eventually brought out of bounds just outside of the 25-yard line. The ball carrier, Jalen McClain, who racked up over 200 yards on the ground just a week ago.
Well, again, McClain and Butcher, you got two outstanding running backs, not just one. Both of those young men can bust it off on a big run, and they're very powerful. Once they start running downhill, it is tough to bring those two down.
McClain entering tonight's game, 867 yards, 10 touchdowns. It's a Moke attorney at law, first down. Pass over, crisscrossing now just shy of the 20-yard line, down to the 22. The ball carrier there, the receiver, was Cam Cole, getting his second reception of the night. Huntsville moving it nicely here on the first possession.
Well, I'm glad to see Cam Cole getting action early, getting him going. You know, Jordan Woodbury had a big game last week, but it's good to see Cam Cole getting started early.
Just about a minute gone, no score. Huntsville with the ball. Fake handoff by Wilson, rolling to the right, passing over, diving incomplete at the 10-yard line. As he was trying to find his receiver, it was in the direction and incomplete by Matt Long, the junior tight end.
Well, Matt Long he was open, and he was running a little crossing pattern about 10 to 12 yards. That was on A.J. Wilson. You've got to hit your open receiver where he can catch the football.
So it brings up third down, and it looks like about 4 from here. Ball resting just outside the 20-yard line. Wilson takes the gun, snap, pass over left side, too high, and it's incomplete. Boy, threw that one way up the ladder there to Cam Cole. No opportunity. We'll see what the Hornets do here as that ball is resting on the 22-yard line. Brian, that would be a 39-yard field goal attempt. Avalar has hit those this season. He has a 41.
Yeah, Avalar's had a good season. He had a good week last week. I mean, he had several field goals. But this is going to be 4th and 4, and we know Coach Southern is not shy about going forward on 4th. But, again, Rob, previous play, try to convert on 3rd down, and they did not do it.
They'll go for it here on 4th down and 4 as Wilson will roll to the right, passing, has his receiver. It's bobbled, still holding on across the 15. That's enough for a first down to Cam Cole. Boy, gutsy play there on a 4th and 4. I love the call because the Huntsville Hornets have been able to move it all season long, and they convert there. Now inside the red zone for the first time tonight, the Murray Insurance and Financial Services red zone.
Well, that was a heck of a catch. Did you see it? I mean, the catch was bobbled, and looks like he hung on to it by his hip, but great catch.
Another Moke attorney at law, first down, ball on the right hash mark. It is first down and 10 from the 13. Here on the right side, Hornets have it and slam down out of bounds. There, the running back was Justin Butcher, also listed as a receiver, but Butcher, of course, out there running a lot as well. Butcher picking up maybe 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4 coming up just inside the 10. We'll call it down at the 7-yard line.
Well, that's they put Butcher in motion, and that's that inside toss sweep, and worked out good for the Hornets there.
McClain, the running back, offset to the left. 2 receivers. The handoff is to McClain. Trying to dart through defenders. McClain stiff arms with the left hand, and he's down at the 6-yard line. J-Mac trying to find a little cheese in between there, Brian, and he's down at the 6-yard line. So only a gain of about 1. 3rd down here for the Hornets. 3rd down and 2.
Well, you're talking about a heck of a season that young man has had. 10 touchdowns and 800-plus yards rushing. That's outstanding.
So 3rd down and 2 for the Hornets. No score as we are 2 minutes gone here in the first on this final regular season game. Wilson will line up under center, 2 backs behind him in the eye. Hand off to one of those backs and immediately slam that ball, able to hold on to it. Thought it popped out, only got up to the 5-yard line. Good defense there by Fulshear. It was Justin Butcher, the ball carrier, and you got to give credit there to Fulshear with the stop. Coming up was Germany Williams, the linebacker. He's only a sophomore. Very young Fulshear team, by the way, Brian. A lot of sophomores on this squad.
Well, it is, and that was a good defensive stance there by them, and they got some big boys up front too. I mean, both teams got some good size.
Brian, first 4th down and a short 1. They've converted a 4th down already on this drive. Hornets from their own, or from the 5 of pass over, caught, touchdown. That's a 5-yard touchdown. Matt Long for, call it 4 yards.
Well, what a great way to cap off your touchdown drive there. Matt Long going out, kind of a little flag route. A.J. Wilson hit him in stride. I mean, that was just a perfect play. Hornets on top first.
Take a look at it there on the Walker County Federal Credit Union instant replay. Matt Long getting the score, 4 yards out. And the MRC Creekside extra point by Christian Avilar through the uprights and good. And our score is 7-0 with 9:12 to go here in the first quarter. Touchdowns this season brought to you by Trophy Case. The Trophy Case is your destination for awards, custom gifts, apparel, and much more. Get your Hornet spirit gear at the Trophy Case. We'll step aside and take a break. More Hornet football action coming up. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
The Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club thanks the Huntsville community for your support of Hornet football. Are you interested in knowing more about the Hornet football program? Would you like to be involved? Meetings and membership are open to the public. Please like the page on Facebook. Search for Huntsville Hornet Football or go to facebook.com/Huntsville ISD Hornet Football. You can watch Hornet football live all season long at KSAM1017.com. Join the Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club today. Sting 'em Hornets.
Whataburger's new spicy chicken.
Jackson edge pass complete to Hayden Graham for the Chargers. Tackle made by Jared Ortega for the Hornets. Ball placed at the 39-yard line. First down, Fulshear. Jackson edge pass complete to Jax Medica. Tackle made by Jared Ortega for the Hornets. Will bring up second down for the Chargers.
Sauces or crazy hot toppings. Just cool, fresh cut veggies and mayo to tame the heat. So, where then does the spice come from? Well, the all-white meat chicken is marinated and then fried to a tender crisp. So really, this spice comes from within. Good thing there's the new limited-time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
The Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club thanks the Huntsville community for your support of Hornet football. Are you interested in knowing more about the Hornet football program? Would you like to be involved? Meetings and membership are open to the public. Please like the page on Facebook. Search for Huntsville Hornet Facebook.com/Huntsville ISD Hornet Football. You can watch Hornet football live all season long at KSAM1017.com. Join the Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club today. Sting 'em Hornets.
It's Truck Month here at Wiesner in Huntsville. Hi, folks. Clint Mack here with Wiesner in Huntsville, and it's Truck Month. That means you get the best deals of the year on your favorite Chevy Tahoe and Suburban. We've got 3/4 tons, 1 tons, and half tons. When they say they don't have it, come to Wiesner of Huntsville, and we'll get it. We've got trucks starting at $28,986 and an Equinox for only $16,990. So for the best selection, you need to hurry to Wiesner in Huntsville or shop us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com. Chevy, find new roads.
All right, friends, welcome back. Had a little bit of a power outage up here. We apologize for that. We are back. Fulshear had the ball, and after a first down, the Hornets able to force a punt here, Brian. We're going to keep things right here as we were in an extended break there. But Fulshear did get the ball. They only drove it about 20 yards or so. They had to punt, so a good job by that Hornet defense. The score 7-0, 5:58 remaining here in the Hornet Quarterback Club first quarter. Hornets in control, and they've got the ball for the second time coming up.
Yeah, no question about it. Fulshear got introduced to the Hornet defense, and the Hornet defense has done what they did to them on their first drive to everybody they've played. So great, this is going to be Hornets' second possession. They had to score a touchdown on the first one. The Hornets are on a roll.
They'll start this drive here. The Hornets from their own 34, moving from left to right. And here the ball carrier up the middle is Jalen McClain, J-Mac, and a nice healthy run there, Brian, of 8 yards by Jalen McClain as he got it all the way up to the 42-yard line. Second down and 2 coming up for Huntsville.
Give credit to that young but big offensive line for the Hornets, opening up that hole for McClain to pick up those 9 yards. That was great blocking.
Bring up second down and a short 2 here as Wilson in the gun will hand off to Jalen McClain. McClain has the first down as he guts it across the 45 to the 46-yard line. That's a Mocha turning it law first down.
One thing, Rob, that the Hornets are doing this week that the last several weeks they kind of started out a little sluggish in the first quarter. Not tonight. Tonight they are moving the chains, putting points on the board, doing well.
Ball at the 47-yard line for Huntsville, moving from left to right. 2 receivers split to either side. Wilson in the gun will stand on his own 41. Shakes his shoulders. 1 defender chasing him. Wilson going to tuck and run here across the 45 up to around the 48-yard line. A gain of, we'll see where the official spot is here, Brian. Looks like the 48-yard line, so only a gain of 1 on that scramble brings up second down and 9 for the Hornets.
Nice play by A.J. Wilson. I get it. It was only a pickup of a couple of yards, but he looked downfield. Nobody was open. Didn't try to force the football. Picked up what he could.
So second down and a long 9 here for the Hornets from their own 48. Wilson in the gun, stepping back, good protection. Drops this one off over to Jalen McClain to the right side, and J-Mac here may have got back just to the original line of scrimmage. So no gain on that reception on the right side, brings up third down and 9.
The Hornets tried to set up a screenplay over by the Hornets sideline, and Fulshear read it really well. Stopped the Hornets for no gain on that screenplay. Again, Rob, here's something that we talk about all year long. This is a third down opportunity, but it's third and long. They have to convert.
2 receivers split to the left here, third and 9 for Huntsville. Pass over, down low at the ankles. Was that one caught, Brian? We'll see. The officials say, yes, it was a grab. That's a first down for the Hornets to Jordan Woodbury.
Nice pass and catch. Yeah, the side judge said it was a catch, but, boy, Woodbury had to pick that up off the turf. But, again, completion, moving the chains.
So that is a first down for Huntsville to the 43-yard line of Fulshear. Wilson claps once, low snap, able to hold on to it. Heaves one right side. This one well out of the reach of Woodbury. Has an intended receiver there, had about a lane or so, but there is laundry down there at the 25.
Well, he was double covered, but I think what's going to happen is there's going to be some little bit of pass interference on Fulshear on that one. I think that's going to give the Hornets a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, going back and looking here, maybe a little bit of contact there just before the ball got to Woodbury.
And that is the call.
Yep, a little bit of PI there will bring up a first down now here for the Hornets. They will move that ball all the way up to the Fulshear 30. Let's see how far up they go, Brian. Across the 30 now. The official will finally mark it down at the 28-yard line.
Well, those are those kind of penalties, man, that absolutely just hurt because it gives you a fresh set of downs. It's got the Hornets in scoring position, and it just it's tough.
Wilson in the gun. This time he will hand off to his running back, Butcher, and Justin Butcher arming his way on the right hash marks up to the 22-yard line.
22-yard line by Hayden Graham.
That's about a 7-yard gain on the play. It'll bring up second down and 3. Nice 7-yard run there by Butcher moments ago. So second down and 3 for Huntsville as they are threatening that red zone at the 20. From the 22 of Fulshear, Wilson with one back to either side. This time he will hand off again to Butcher, and Butcher not much on it. Maybe enough, though, Brian, actually for the first down. He did get it. He got across.
What a great second effort.
Yeah, the second effort giving him the first down there to the 18-yard line. Now inside the Murray Insurance and Financial Services red zone. Good run right there by Butcher, and it's also a Moke and Moke attorney at law first down.
Well, again, we've talked about McLean. We talked about Butcher. Those two young men can run the football. Just depends on who has it.
Wilson in the gun, stepping back, looking. He'll decide to tuck and run to the left side as he's chased from behind. Near the 15, stiff arms with the right arm, able to break through across the 10-yard line. What a stiff arm by A.J. Wilson.
Inside the 10-yard line.
And another, was he there, Brian, for the first down? I believe he was, and that is first down and goal. Another Moke and Moke attorney at law first down. What a run by the junior.
What a heads-up play by A.J. Wilson. I mean, he's looking downfield to try to find one of his receivers in the end zone. Can't find anybody. Tucks the ball, runs around to his left side, picks up a first down.
First down and goal for the Hornets. They're leading 7-0. 2 minutes to go here in the Hornet quarterback club first quarter. Wilson in the gun, standing on his own 12. He'll put his running back Woodbury in motion, and we got a timeout here by the Hornets. We're going to keep things right here. Josh Criswell joining us down on the field this evening. Josh, Huntsville so far looking pretty good here on their first 2 possessions of the night.
Yeah, really solid start for the Hornets, you know, really on both sides of the ball. Had an early penalty, but I think already 4 or 5 tackles for loss or tackles at the line of scrimmage for that Hornet defense. Really big hit by Jadarian White to set the tone on that first defensive play. And then also I like what I see from this Huntsville offense. Very balanced attack. Jordan Woodbury with an amazing catch to keep the drive going on third down. Then he had that, of course, pass interference. We saw that a couple times earlier this year, and we saw it again where those defensive backs, they just can't keep up with him. He's one of the most underrated receivers in this part of Texas. And then A.J. Wilson, as y'all just saw in that last play, showing off his speed.
Well, appreciate Josh. We'll keep checking on without him throughout this ball game as we go back to the field. Brian, a lot of folks helping to make this game possible here tonight. We'll get to those here in a minute as that timeout broke quickly. Situation 7-0. Hornets on their second possession of the night and threatening again now inside the 10-yard line. It's first down and goal for Huntsville. The ball resting on around the 7, it looks like from here. Wilson in the gun, one back to either side. Wilson will hand off over to the left side. Flags fly on this one as the running back gutted his way on the left hash marks. It was Butcher to about the 2-yard line, but we'll see if this one's coming back on a hold, Brian.
Well, typically in that area of the field, the flag, that's going to be against Huntsville.
Go back and look at it here on the Walker County Federal Credit Union instant replay, and I believe there was a hold. Taking a lot of time right up here, Brian.
Yeah, they are, and you know that's those penalties that you're right in on the goal line or on the within the 5-yard line, and now look where it's backed them all the way up to the 22. Those are killer penalties that you cannot afford to do once you get into the playoffs.
Yeah, the ball now moves outside that Murray Insurance and Financial Services red zone all the way to the 22. So it's first down and goal from the 22 on the left hash mark. So Wilson in the gun will clap twice. Looking, protection breaking down. Still able to hold on to it to the left side. Wilson again as he scazed through a couple of defenders and finally angled his way out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
16-yard line by Hayden Graham for the Chargers.
Again, A.J. Wilson showing his speed, and this Hornet team has the overall team speed is just ridiculous. I mean, they are fast at almost every position, and A.J. Wilson showed it right there.
So second down and goal, the ball resting on the 16-yard line of Fulshear. Huntsville hurting themselves just a few moments ago. They'll try to retract here and see if they can gain some of this back. Again, second down and goal, ball on the 16-yard line of Fulshear. Wilson in the gun, triplets this time down to the right, one lone Hornet up top to the left. Wilson has a back to his left, stepping back at the 25, over center up, this one, caught! No, it was broken up at the last moment. Thought it was there, Brian, and it was broken up at the last moment. A good effort there by Woodbury.
Well, that was a good pass, but, man, what a great play there by Fulshear. It looked like the defensive back there for Fulshear knocked it down there. It looks like Luke Gazzetta was able to knock that pass down.
I may have been mistaken. Was that McLean out there as the intended receiver?
I believe that was McLean.
I thought it was Woodbury, and McLean just not able to hold on to that one. Yeah, that was Jordan Woodbury. So incomplete here, 3rd down and goal from the 16 of Fulshear with 1:36 remaining here in the first. Trip stacked up at a triangle to the left, now in motion. Wilson, the ball bounces, able to pick it up. Wilson looking, throwing right side over center, has his man close to a touchdown. Oh, mama, what a play down to the 1-yard line as he threw a dart to Jalen McClain.
What a catch by McClain. I mean, McClain had to spin his body all the way around, and A.J. Wilson threw an absolute dart. What a pass and what a catch.
And even more impressive is that snap was bobbled. Wilson had to play a little basketball down there as it bounced up right back into his hands and able to complete that pass. And here we are, 4th down and goal from the 1. With 1:02 remaining, clock ticking here in the first. Receiver out to the left side is Woodbury. Wilson under center, an I formation behind him, 2 backs. He'll hand off to the back of that I. It is Jordan Woodbury, and Woodbury has a 1-yard touchdown run on the play. That's a trophy case touchdown.
What a good running play. Coach Southern calls it right up the middle. Give that O-line a boost of confidence. Say, I trust you. Blow open a hole. Let's punch it in again for our 2nd touchdown of the night.
And who was it? It was J-Mac, Jalen McClain, boiling the water, and the Hornets add 6 more, 13-0 your score. Avalar set here for the 20-yard MRC Creekside extra point. Got to go to 1 there, Nathan. Kick up on the way, and it is good. So Avalar able to knock that one in. Brian, we'll keep things right here. We got a lot of wonderful sponsors helping to make this one happen tonight.
No question about it, and we want to thank First Financial Bank, You First, and Cabins and More of Texas, the highest quality portable cabins available, quality service and value. And our good friends over at Charlie's Used Cars. Customer satisfaction is our #1 priority. Walker County Federal Credit Union. If you live or work in Walker County, you're eligible for membership. And Northside Baptist Church, growing people in Christ to reach others for Christ.
14-0, Hornets in the driver's seat. In Week 11, 1 week away before playoffs get started. We'll be right back here at Madisonville next week. And maybe by tonight we'll know possibly some of those playoff lineups. We don't have much information on that. We do know that we'll be back here at Madisonville, though, next week for the opening round. And here is the Climatech Secure Storage kickoff as Ivalar will set the ball in between the marks at the 40-yard line. The junior kicker for Huntsville. 2 back to receive for Fulshear around their own 10-yard line. From left to right as Avalar puts right total at a booming kick. This one will go back into the end zone. And a touchback there. What a kick by Christian Avalar.
Christian Avilar has shown his strength in his leg throughout this season. I mean, he has got a heck of a leg, and he has got very good accuracy. I mean, he had a great week last week. He had a couple of field goals, long field goals last week. So, there is not one aspect of this Hornet football team that is not just outstanding.
So Fulshear will take the field here starting this drive for the 2nd time tonight with the possession. They'll have it on their own 25, moving from right to left. The ball in the 25 again in between the hash marks. As Jackson Edge, the quarterback here, and trying to see who that was there, Brian. A lot of gray jersey. It was Edge, the ball carrier, and able to drive that one forward about 5 yards on the keeper there in between the hash marks. 2nd down and 5 coming up.
Not a bad play there by Fulshear. Their first running play of this possession, and they pick up 5 yards. Especially when you run it up the middle against the Bambino brothers and you can pick up any plus yards, you're doing good.
Jackson Edge and his Fulshear Charger team trailing 14-0, 17 seconds remaining here in this Hornet quarterback club first quarter. There's the Edge in the gun, 1 back to either side. He has 2 receivers to his right and 1 down to his left. One of those backs back there is Tosin Olagana. Passing over right side, has his man and has the first down. It was a dagger thrown to Zach Cody, and that will run the clock down as we end the Hornet Quarterback Club first quarter of play. 4th-ranked Huntsville leading Fulshear here in Madisonville, technically a home game, 14-0. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Hey, Huntsville sports fans, this is Robert Lindeman of Hit Solutions Player Development, helping instruct the stars to shine. Hit Solutions Player Development teaches the fundamentals of baseball and softball with proven offensive and defensive strategies and techniques. We instruct and inspire each player to be the best they can be by teaching the mental side of the game. To have the confidence to bring in the game-winning hit, visit us online at hittss.com. Hit Solutions, a proud supporter of the Huntsville Hornets.
At CSCU, we want you to bank happy, spend smart, and live well. That's why we are so pleased to announce our newest service, Loan by Phone. If stopping by one of our offices won't fit into your busy schedule, you can still apply for a loan by giving us a call when it's most convenient for you. The application process is quick and easy, and upon approval, we can even send you the documents to sign electronically. The money can then be deposited in your account within 10 minutes. Call CSCU today. Member NCUA, all loans subject to credit approval. Membership eligibility required.
We're back, friends. Entering the second quarter now. The Hit Solutions second quarter as Fulshear will change sides, moving from left to right. First down and 10 and slammed in the backfield. And who is it back there, Brian?
Number 99, Big Ed Bobino.
It was the brothers back there giving each other a little dab on it, and it may have actually been Brian getting the initial hit.
Well, you know, those two brothers, they are absolutely having so much fun. They're getting to play together. They're both down in the trenches, having a heck of a year and just having a blast.
That's the first heart-filled Flores sack of the night. And, yeah, it was Ed back there alongside Brian, both of them. Back in action here. That's a Whataburger what-a-play candidate. Second down and a long 16 after the loss here. The ball all the way back to the 29-yard line. Stepping back, pass over here to the right side, and nowhere to run for the receiver after the reception. It was Parker Williams, the sophomore, and he'll actually go backwards on the play, Brian, to the 26-yard line. Third down and long, 17 coming up.
Fulshear is just like about everybody else that faces the Hornet defense. They just can't quite figure out what works. You know, they've tried passing game, tried a little bit of running game, and just nothing works for them.
It's actually third down and 19. They moved it back 2 more additional yards. A lot of confusion here by Fulshear on this play as they're trying to get set. They've got 10 seconds on the play clock. As Edge, the quarterback, on the right hash mark. Triplets grouped up at a triangle to the right side. He'll get the low snap, stepping around, trying to avoid a fender, running to the right side, heaves this one up into the air, and this one wisely thrown out of bounds. Fourth down and Huntsville coming up here. Fulshear will have to punt this one away.
Again, what makes them so good is they're very disruptive. They get in the quarterback's face, they make him run out of the pocket, change his whole game plan, change his cadence and all that kind of stuff, and that's what makes them so good.
A punt here tonight by Fulshear coming up. They had to punt on their first possession as well. This is currently their second possession. Trailing 14-0, 10:28 remaining here in the Hits Solutions second quarter. Jackson Edge this season, though, 1,700 yards through the air. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
But he's never faced this kind of a defense so far this season. Punting from around the 10-yard line. This one a high punt. It will sail out of bounds. No, it takes a roll there in favor of Fulshear to about the 40. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. The Hornets have the ball when we come back here on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Hey, Huntsville sports fans, this is Robert Lindeman of Hit Solutions. Hit Solutions serves the real estate needs of the Huntsville area. Our goal is to bring you home. Hit Solutions Realty wants to assist you with finding that piece of property that makes you feel at home. Whether buying or selling, Hit Solutions Realty will assist you in every step of the way. To get the ball rolling, visit us online at hittss.com. Hit Solutions, a proud supporter of Huntsville Hornets.
Wilson in the gun, stepping back, throwing left side, has a wide open receiver. It is caught at the 25-yard line, right into the hands of Jordan Woodbury in Fulshear territory.
Nice pass. A.J. Wilson just laid it up for Woodbury. Woodbury's running a go route here on the sidelines, beats his two defenders, and just dropped that pass right in his lap.
May have been one of the longest passes of the evening so far, and that connection from A.J. Wilson to his receivers just keeps getting better and better and better as this season goes along. He struggled with it early, and that is enough for a Moke & Moke attorney at law. First down, handoff here in the backfield to his running back, and couldn't see who that one was. These gray jerseys a little hard. That may have been a fumble there, Brian, and it is. That's a turnover. Oh, man, Huntsville coughing that one up.
Well, that's unfortunate after the biggest play of the game tonight so far, then follow it up with a turnover deep in Fulshear territory. You just can't do that. I mean, you've got to secure that football when you get this close into your opponent's team.
Yeah, I was trying to see down there. We didn't have a good angle on that one, Brian. I believe that was Jalen McClain fumbling that football, unfortunately. So Fulshear will have it back here, third down. They'll start this drive from their own 20, moving from left to right, trailing 14-0, 10 minutes to go here in the Hit Solutions second quarter. Quarterback has it here is Jackson Edge, and Edge trying to bind the edge there on the right side up to around the 25-yard line. We'll see if they give it to him at that 5. So it is a 5-yard quarterback keeper, second down and 5 coming up. Again, Fulshear trailing here 14-0, 9:43 remaining in the Hit Solutions second quarter. The Edge will stand in the gun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 down to the right. Gets the snap, looking. He'll air one over to the right side. Has a defender. This one up. It's intercepted by the Hornets at the 40-yard line. Running back from right to left across the 40 with room to run across the 30. This one may go, Brian. 10, 5, touchdown. Oh, man, it's a pick 6 for the Huntsville Hornets. It's Jared Ortega and the defense coming alive for the Huntsville Hornets.
What a great play. Jared Ortega playing center field out there, scoops the ball. The ball was thrown a little short, picks it up, picks up a couple of great blocks, runs it back for a pick 6. That's one way to make up for fumbling the ball on the previous play.
Jared Ortega, we'll call it 60 yards from up here.
Wow.
And that is your trophy case touchdown on the defensive side. And he had to shake through defenders, Brian, but got it. Here's the MRC Creekside extra point by Avilar on its way, and good. And the Huntsville Hornets take a commanding 21-0 lead with 9:19 remaining here in the Hit Solutions second quarter. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
If you're a credit union member, did you also know it means you're one of the owners? I'm Karen Denman, Senior Loan Officer at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and I'm an owner too. Membership in our credit union provides you all the things you want and expect from a financial institution. But there are 2 things I hear from our members that they appreciate most. Our low rates on loans, of course, but also the personal friendly service we provide. Come see us today at Walker County Federal Credit Union on Normal Park Drive. Member NCUA.
All right, friends, welcome back. Just a few moments ago, it was Jared Ortega on the pick 6 from about 60 yards. Brian, you and I were looking at it on the instant replay provided by Walker County Federal Credit Union. Ty Matthews with a nice block to help Ortega run that one back to the house, baby.
Great block, Ty Matthews.
21-0, your score here in Madisonville on a Friday night. The 4th-ranked Huntsville Hornets in the state of Texas in control. Is Avilar right toe to leather. This one a line drive kick. The last one was a touchback. This one fielded at the 5. Fulshear with it, moving from left to right, diving over defenders down to around the 25-yard line. A nice return there by Fulshear. I believe the returnman was Hayden Graham. And for the 4th time this evening, Fulshear will have the ball. Again, of course, moments ago, throwing that 60-yard pick 6 back the other way.
What a great play by Jared Ortega. And, again, this defense just keeps improving and getting better. And, again, they're already one of the best in the state of Texas. They can score from anywhere. It's amazing.
Now, that so far is your Whataburger What a Play of the night. We appreciate our friends at Whataburger. I'm getting hungry talking about it. First down and 10 here for Fulshear, trailing 21-0, 9:15 remaining in the Hit Solution second quarter. It's time back, trying to sack. It's another Hartfield Forest sack in the backfield. This time coming up with the head and the Sacksville coming alive here for Seth Carroll.
Nice play, Seth Carroll. I mean, he stayed at home, watched the quarterback, watched his eyes, and was able to bring him down for a huge loss. I mean, this Hornet defense is absolutely just unbelievable.
The lights are out at Sacksville. Everybody in the community is here tonight. Seth Carroll getting one just a few moments ago. Shout out to Mr. Brian Carroll. His father as well does a great job with the Hornet Quarterback Club, the Booster Club. Appreciate him. Brian, we'll call it now way back. Second down and 21 here for Fulshear, backed up to their own 14-yard line. as edge in the gun, and a flag will fly here as that's a delay of game, so the ball will go back even further.
Well, I think they may have gotten a whistle for timeout.
I thought there was a flag back there, but they did get the whistle off in time. We'll take the break with them for 30 seconds. Huntsville in the driver's seat, 21-0, 8:23 remaining here in the Hit Solutions second quarter. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Whether you're heading to the deer lease or hitting the road for a holiday trip, Bill Fick Ford in Huntsville has the vehicle for you. From the complete line of Ford F-150, 250, and 350 Super Duty trucks to fuel-efficient Ford sedans and SUVs, you'll find the best selection at Bill Fick Ford. And at Bill Fick Ford, there's no bull, just good deals. The Ficks would also like to thank everyone for your friendship and your business. Bill Fick Ford, I-45 South in Huntsville, or online at BillFickFord.com. Nationwide delivery is free.
We're back live in Madisonville, Texas. Bucky's just up the road. Well, it's all Bucky's right here for the Huntsville Hornets, leading 21-0. Fulshear with the ball here on a second down. And a long 21, Brian.
Well,
tackle in the backfield there.
Yeah, Brian Bobino in on that tackle. Jackson Edge, they tried a little trap play up the middle, and Brian Bobino was having none of it.
So third down and a long 22 after a 1-yard loss just a few moments ago. Fulshear trying to find some daylight here, but up against one of the top-ranked defenses in the state of Texas. As Edge in the gun. He'll get the low snap. Starting to break down. He slammed to the backfield. It's Bobino Saxville, baby. Oh, mama.
My goodness. Unbelievable. This defense, folks, I mean, you hear us talk about them all year long. They're the real deal, and they are just unbelievable. Every team that faces this Hornet defense has troubles, and that has been no exception so far here tonight with Fulshear.
Trying to see who that was back there. Bobino was back there, but let's give credit to Bun Shelley. He got the Hartfield Flores sack. Bun Shelley getting in on the action.
Bun Shelley.
And now we're at fourth down and 31. Fulshear will have to punt this one from near the back of their own end zone. And a timeout called by the Hornets. Brian, we'll keep things right here. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. We'll keep it right here, Brian, as we thank one of our wonderful sponsors.
No question about it. Without them, this would be a difficult thing to do. So we want to thank AB Squared Self-Storage Facility, your local go-to self-storage facility. And on the move, physical therapy and wellness, helping active adults achieve physical freedom to enjoy life and retirement to its fullest without settling for less. In Hartfield Floors, personalizing your event since 1957. And Moak & Moak Attorneys at Law for your estate planning, real estate, or business law needs. Call Moak & Moak Attorneys at Law, serving Huntsville since 1971.
Yeah, Bun Shelley, the junior linebacker, got the first hit. Bobino was there to help clean it up, but that was Bun Shelley, and great to call his name. I've been wanting to call Bun Shelley's name this season, and there he is, man. This whole defense has really found some rhythm as we continue on, Brian.
It's just every aspect of this Hornet football team, offensively, defensively. I mean, they're just clicking on all cylinders.
The punt here by Luke Gazzetta. On its way. Barely got that one off. It'll be fielded at the 40-yard line by the Hornets. Tracing between two. There's a flag there, though, as Butcher is the returnman. Butcher across the 20. Now on the right side. Butcher in for the score. There is a flag, though, way back at the 40-yard line. We'll see who it's on.
Well, I disagree with that call. I think that was a nice block, but they're going to call that one back.
Let's go back and look at it here on the Walker County Federal Credit Union Institute. Oh, man, that was right on the side. Oh, that is unbelievable if that's what the call is, Brian. We're going to keep it right here.
Oh,
but
that's
it. Oh, man.
Oh, it was fantastic block, and unfortunately those refs are going to call that one back.
Oh, my goodness. Butcher took that one 40 yards to the house, and unfortunately it's coming back. Let's take one more look at it here on the replay. Of course, they can't use our replay here, unfortunately. But we'll go back and look at it.
Just got lit up.
I mean, right there on the side, that's a hit. That's a legitimate block, and that's tough for the Hornets, Brian.
Yeah, especially when that's unfortunate.
That's the way it goes. We'll just wash that one under and keep it up here. 21-0 your score. Huntsville in control, 6:44 remaining in the Hit Solutions second quarter. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Rob Hipp alongside my good friend Brian Adams. Appreciate Michael Francis joining. We're actually streaming tonight on Facebook as well, not only on my page, but on the KSAM and KHVL pages, as well as YouTube. Well over 700 folks across all of our platforms tonight watching. First down and 10 here for the Hornets, backed up all the way to their own 41. Handoff in between the hash marks and near the Mustang logo at the 50-yard line. Now the ball carrier there, Justin Butcher. He'll pick up 3, second down and 7 coming up for your Hornets.
Well, I want to give a quick shout-out to Justin Kring, former linebacker for the Huntsville Hornets out there watching. And, Justin, we appreciate that.
Clock stopped here. Second down and 7, 6:22 remaining in the first half. Wilson, great protection. He'll heave this one over center. Wide open, he has his man, Jordan Woodbury, and Woodbury's got the touchdown. There is Laundry, though, back at the 42. As it stands right now, though, Brian, that is a 62-yard pass. We'll see if this one is coming back.
Well, man, that was a blown coverage. Blown coverage there by Fulshear. Woodbury was just wide open, but that one's probably coming back.
Oh, my goodness. Another one here, Brian. It's 2 plays for the Hornets on this drive that have came back. That is a tough break for Huntsville.
Well, that's a couple of things that Coach Southern has talked about. He got to keep these penalties down to a minimum, and those are 2 huge penalties right there against the Huntsville Hornets.
With 6:11 remaining, this ball will go way back now here for the Hornets. They're leading 21-0. It could be 2 more touchdowns past that, but unfortunately that's the way it goes when you commit penalties. So the ball goes all the way back to the 39-yard line. It is now second down and 15 from where we are, Brian. Second and 15 for Huntsville. Over to the left side, a handoff here and slammed down to the ground just inside the 45. The ball carrier on the play was Justin Butcher. So down to the 44, third down and a long 12 coming up for the Hornets.
Well, Butcher's going to come out of the game, and Jalen McClain is going to go back in. But, man alive, those are huge penalties against Huntsville.
McClain back in there. Also Trey Taylor, the wide receiver, heading off the field. Third down and 12, for Huntsville on their own 43. Wilson. That's going to be a hold right there. Luckily, there's the hold. Man. And Wilson goes down in a sack, but there was a hold in the backfield. My goodness, Huntsville on this drive, Brian, extremely undisciplined.
Well, man, I think that was Q Riles over there on the right side, and he was just basically trying to protect A.J. Wilson. He got beat, and it looks like he had a safety blitz on that, and if he wouldn't have held him, A.J. Wilson would have just – and, man, A.J. Wilson is going down on the turf.
Yeah, but it is fourth down here as Huntsville back-to-back mistakes here. And we will step aside and take a break as well with 5:23 remaining here in the second quarter. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Whataburger's new spicy chicken sandwich isn't covered in any fiery sauces or crazy hot toppings. Just cool, fresh-cut veggies and mayo to tame the heat. So, where then does the spice come from? Well, the all-white meat chicken is mixed and then fried to a tender crisp. So really, this spice comes from within. Good thing there's the new limited-time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
We're back here, 5:23 remaining. Huntsville for the first time tonight. Now we'll punt this one away, Brian. And I beg your pardon, I didn't even see what happened on that last possession. I forgot to mark it down here. So for Huntsville, this drive, Brian, started all back at their own 46-yard line, and things have stalled here after back-to-back mistakes. So Avalar will set to punt this one away. He has to chase it down. Almost gets knocked. Avalar gets knocked to the ground. No flag there. As they say, he was pushed into it. And the ball will take a healthy roll for the Hornets across the 25 and all the way down to the 23-yard line. So a good punt there by Avalar with with players in his face.
Well, that's one of the things we've also talked about this year is the punt game. If they have something they really need to kind of sharpen their skills on is that aspect of it. I mean, the sense of urgency to get the snap back to the punter and get the ball off is something that the Hornets have kind of struggled all year long with. Fortunately for the Hornets there, though, they got a nice friendly roll to put Fulshear back, it looks like on the 24-yard line.
And the Fulshear Chargers will start here. Actually, they put it back one more, Brian, on their own 23. Moving from left to right. As the quarterback edge in the gun, 2 receivers down to the right, 1 up top to the left. Maybe an offsides here or a false start. We'll see what this flag is, Brian. I believe it's against Fulshear.
Well, it looked like the right tackle for Fulshear jumped up.
We'll take a look at it here if we've got it on the Walker County Federal Credit Union instant replay. Nope, it's offsides against the Hornets. Wow.
Well, the Hornets of the last several plays have been very undisciplined.
That's exactly what it is. So a little bit too jumpy there on the defensive side by Q Riles. And what was 1st and 10 will now be 1st down and 5. The ball moves all the way up to the 27-yard line, 28-yard line. 1st down and 5 here for Fulshear, trailing 21-0. Edge will pass over right side, way too high, and his man is out of bounds. That's incomplete. He had his receiver wide open on the right side. It was Zach Cody, and Cody just too high there, and he caught it out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked like Edge was throwing off his back foot again. Just, anytime you throw off your back foot, the ball is going to be high. I mean, you got to lean into it, throw it off your front foot to keep that ball down. And unfortunately, he was wide open, but to no avail.
4:50 to go here in the Hit Solution second quarter. Fulshear trailing 21-0. They've got the ball. Edge pass over left side. This one up, broken up. Oh, man, what a defensive play there in the backfield by Huntsville. It was Ethan Miner knocking it away.
Boy, Ethan Miner's had a great year, hasn't he? I mean, he has just been doing everything required of him and more. And, again, this whole Hornet defense has just been outstanding.
That was 2nd down and 5. That's a big-time play because now it's 3rd down and 5 coming up. We've got another whistle here, maybe an injured Fulshear Charger player out there on the field. Brian, we'll keep things right here as we thank some more of our great sponsors this season. What a season it's been, and thank you to all the support.
No doubt about it. MRC Creekside, a healthy living senior community. Murray Insurance and Financial Services, an agency you can trust. Climatech Secure Store is the ideal place to keep your belongings safe and secure. And our good friends over, Ty Copeland Family Dentistry, wonderfully made.
Ryan Ferns was the player that was down for a bit. He got up and walked off under his own power. Good to see that, just a little bit shaken up. We don't want any injuries here, of course, in this final game for either side of this ball, Brian. We want these kids to stay healthy. 4:45 remaining here in the Hit Solution second quarter. Fulshear trailing 21-0. 3rd down and 5. We'll see if the Hornets defense can hold them here. They've been doing it all season long. 4 up front. They'll show a little bit of a blitz here as Edge will roll to the right side. His receiver again this time out of his reach and incomplete. He was looking to Cody again, and again Cody was out of bounds. This time, though, he dropped it. 4th down coming up, and the Hornets defense able to stop, and I believe we'll see a punt here.
Well, that was almost identical to the play before. Jackson Edge, again, threw it a little too tall for his wide receiver, and he was out of bounds. Yeah, I mean, you can't do that. You got to keep the ball in play, at least give your receiver a chance.
So set back to punt this one away is Luke Gazzetta, the junior. One back to field the ball for Huntsville, resting on his own 40-yard line. Again, those numbers just kind of hard to see down there, Brian. It is Jadarian White, Tank White, over to the right side, and actually it'll go toward Jordan Woodbury. This will take a roll in favor of Fulshear. What a punt here, Brian, as it rolls down all the way down to the 20-yard line. Oh, man, what a punt. Took a nice bounce for the Chargers.
Yeah, no question about it, man. That was a great punt there by Fulshear. Puts Hornets all the way back to their 20. My goodness.
Well, the Hornets scoring on 3 possessions tonight. The first one, it was their first possession, a drive that started at their own 43, capped off by 4-yard touchdown pass to Long. At that point, leading 7-0. That is your first on-the-move physical therapy and wellness scoring drive recap. And then on the ensuing possession, the second for Huntsville, a drive that started on their own 34, a 1-yard touchdown run by Jalen McClain, 14-0. And then the third score tonight was an interception returned by Jarrett Ortega. Those are your Huntsville Hornet on-the-move physical therapy and wellness scoring drive recaps. Here for the Hornets, starting out 1st down and 10. They'll start this possession from their own 20, and a McClain run, only a gain of 1. So give Fulshear credit. They've been able so far through this first half to stop the running game somewhat here against Huntsville.
Well, we have a new quarterback into the ballgame right now for the Hornets. Cam Cole is back at quarterback while they're still taking a look at A.J. Wilson here on the sidelines.
Yeah, we saw Wilson get up a little gingerly earlier here. So Cole is the quarterback. He'll stand in the gun. 2 receivers down to the left, 2 up top to the right for your Hornets, leading 21-0, 3:48 remaining. In motion. Handoff is to that man in motion. Spinning around, he's slammed back in the backfield at the 15-yard line. Oh, man, what a defensive play there by the Chargers.
Well, that's a good play there by Fulshear. I mean, that's that play Huntsville runs occasionally. Put the receiver in motion, do the kind of forward pitch. I've never really been a big fan of that play. Just so many things can go wrong. And on that particular play, they lost several yards.
Yeah, lost 4, 3rd down and 14. Butcher was the running back. 1 receiver lining up here on this play to the right side. It's 2nd down and or third down and a long 14 here for Huntsville, standing just outside their own 10. Cam Cole looking, trying to avoid traffic. Over to the left side, and he's sacked back at the 14-yard line.
A.J. Wilson tackled in the backfield by Hayden Graham for the Chargers.
And so that's how it goes on that play and that possession there. Tough break here for the Hornets, as they'll have to punt this one away for a 2nd straight time, Brian.
Well, Christian Avilar's back almost on the 1-yard line. And this is what we talked about a little bit ago, Rob. There needs to be a sense of urgency. One, you got to get the snap to the punter and get the ball off, because all kinds of bad things can happen to you if you don't when you're deep in your own end.
Parker Williams, one of those set back to receive for Fulshear. So Williams is back there to receive alongside his teammate, which is Luke McCurdy. We got a whistle here, though. We'll keep things right here with 2:16 remaining. Again, your score 21-0 as the Hornets 3 and out here. A little bit of whistles as they're trying to get the clock stopped. The official there may hyperventilate. He's blowing on that whistle quite a bit, Brian.
Yeah,
we'll keep it right here. We'll send it down to Josh Criswell. Josh Criswell, the Huntsville Item, joining us here tonight. Josh, tough break here for the Hornets. They've got to really get their head back into this ball game. You can't put your guard down against Fulshear.
No, not at all. And obviously with, A.J. Wilson going down with an injury, the Huntsville Hornets not sure when they're going to be getting him back at this point. So Cam Cole stepping in. And I think the biggest thing for that Huntsville offense is to just keep finding that versatility that they've had these past couple weeks, and especially early on today. A.J. was really strong passing the ball, had a couple of really nice deep balls to Jordan Woodbury already. So we'd like to see Cam Cole get involved in the passing game and show that the Huntsville Hornets can still get it done through the air, even if their star quarterback's not on the field.
Back in action here, 4th down. Thank you, Josh. A little bit of a bobbled snap. Avilar gets this one off, but, man, it is a short one, Brian. It will luckily take a Huntsville roll, but only up to the 45-yard line. So Fulshear will have excellent field position starting off here with 2 minutes remaining. They're down in this ballgame 21-0, but certainly not out right now.
Well, to kind of add to what Josh said a little bit ago down on the sidelines, now it's Cam Cole's show, and that Hornet offense needs to really kind of do the things necessary to move the chains, play some sound football, don't make any mistakes, and just kind of be methodical about what they do and move the ball down the field.
Well, again, want to appreciate everybody joining us for Huntsville Hornet football tonight here on 101.7 KSAM and the all-new Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. This entire season being brought to you by our friends at First Financial Bank. First down here for the Chargers of Fulshear. They'll start this drive on the Huntsville 45-yard line. So, again, great field position here, moving from left to right. Edge will hand off. Little trickeration play. Back over to Edge on a little flea flicker. It's way out of the reach there. Edge not able to get the pass from Zach Cody. It's incomplete. I like the play call, though.
Well, I promise you this. Edge is glad that pass was not on target because Ethan Miner was set to just decapitate him on that play. Wow.
After the incomplete, it's 2nd down and 10. I want to welcome in also any Charger fans that may be joining us. Of course, we broadcast for Huntsville, but we always want to welcome in our visiting teams, and thank you for joining us tonight. 2nd down and 10 for the Chargers from the Huntsville 45. Edge shouting for it. He's standing in the gun, has his running back directly behind him. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers down to the right. One of them there on that right side is Maverick Schomburg. Edge here passing over center and well out of the reach of Zach Cody as he had the pressure coming right in front of his face by Ed Bobino. When you know Bobino's coming, you got to boom out of the way, baby.
Well, Ed Bobino, he's just so big and so athletic and fast. I mean, he gets in that backfield and is so disruptive, and that is the thing about this Hornet defense. I mean, they're just unbelievable.
So third down here for Fulshear from the Huntsville 45, edge in the gun, two receivers to the right, two up top to the left, standing on the right hash mark. Low snap, edge with traction coming behind him. He slammed down for a heart-filled floor sack. Oh, man, what a sack. Coming up from the bottom of that, it was Jaden Ross, the linebacker for the defense. Oh, man, a big sack there by Jaden Ross.
Well, they had a blitz on that one, and he came in there untouched, and Edge just had nowhere to go but down, and, again, they lost big yards on that play.
Brian, I like what I'm seeing tonight by this defense on these sacks. We're not seeing the Bobino show tonight. Although he's been in on some, it is being spread tonight. Now 3 different linebackers, 3 different sacks. I like seeing that tonight here for these Hornets.
Well, they're certainly spreading the wealth around, and, again, this is an overall just one of the best in the state of Texas, and they're all showing it tonight.
2 back to receive for the Hornets at their own 25. Punt on the way from the 30 off the right toe. This one a nice spiraling punt, and it will drop into the hands of the 25. A lot of pressure in the face there by Jordan Woodbury, and he was able to hold on to that one. We'll keep things right here. 58 seconds to go in the Hit Solutions second quarter. Huntsville leading 21-0, and they'll have the ball here for the 6th time tonight coming up.
Well, we got a couple more sponsors we'd like to thank before half, and the Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club, Feel the Sting, and Hit Solution, we bring you home. City of Huntsville, Huntsville First, and Daiquiri BB Abbey Realty, Huntsville Real Estate Expert.
Woodbury will line up as a receiver here to the right. The lone Hornet to the right. One receiver down to the left is Tank White. No, actually Tank White headed over to the side. So only one receiver here for Cam. No, it is Cam Cole out there as quarterback still. A handoff across the 30-yard line. The ball carrier there was Jalen McClain. Nice run by McClain on first down across the 30 up to the 32-yard line. Brings up 2nd down and 3.
Tackle made by J.J. Mosley.
So 2nd down and 3 here for Huntsville on the left hash mark. 36 seconds remaining. Cam Cole under center, loses the ball. Cam, luckily, oh, man, he was able to fall back on that, Brian. That could have been a bad one.
Well, that was fortunate. Cam is, he's not the starting quarterback. He's starting receiver, but he's out there in the place of A.J. Wilson, and sometimes when you bring in a new player, you're just a little bit rusty at that position.
Go back and look at it here on the Walker County Federal Credit Union instant replay. They may just run this clock down and end the half. So I think that's what's going to happen here as we wind down. We're going to keep things right here, though, as we'll try to have an interview with head coach Rodney Southern heading into the locker room at halftime. We'll see if we can get that interview down there on the field. Not sure if we'll be able to get it. But so far for the Hornets, they came out, they struck early, Brian, but things have really cooled off here on this December night for the Huntsville Hornets. They'll head into the locker room 21-0 your score. Of course, we will have the band coming up at halftime as well, so we want to feature the Huntsville Hornet Military Marching Band. And I'm not sure if we'll be able to get down there to Coach Southern in time as Josh Criswell is chasing after him back there. And Coach is around the 20, so maybe a foot race here. We'll see if we can grab him or not. Josh Criswell is down there on the field. Josh Criswell, down to you.
Joined right now by Huntsville head coach Rodney Southern. Coach, up 21 at the half. What's your team's matches going to be at the break?
Well, the main thing, we've got to see how A.J. is, and we've played well, but, of course, you had 2 touchdowns called back, but we can obviously play better the second half.
And what's the biggest thing you're going to tell Cam Cole if he comes out and is going to need to take the reins at quarterback for the second half?
Settle down. He's obviously it's the first real snaps he's had at quarterback. Settle down and run what we call.
Thanks, Coach. Rob, we'll send it back up to you.
All right, appreciate Josh down there with head coach Rodney Southern. We'll step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll have the Huntsville Hornet Military Marching Band. Stay with us. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Hey, Huntsville sports fans, this is Robert Lindeman of Hit Solutions Player Development, helping instruct the stars to shine. Hit Solutions Player Development teaches the fundamentals of baseball and softball with proven offensive and defensive strategies and techniques. We instruct and inspire each player to be the best they can be by teaching the mental side of the game. To have the confidence to bring in the game-winning hit, visit us online at hittss.com. Hit Solutions, a proud supporter of the Huntsville Hornets.
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval.
My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder.
First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
Huntsville ISD is the best place for children to be. We offer a full-day pre-K center to advanced career and college options, along with a variety of extracurricular activities and award-winning fine arts, band and athletics programs, an excellent child nutrition and bus transportation services, bilingual ESL and GT programs, special education services, and a career and technical education program that provides multiple certification and licensing options for students. Visit huntsville-isd.org. It's a great day to be a Hornet. We're building champions, everyone, every day.
It's the Hornets Halftime Show, brought to you by Northside Baptist Church on 101.7 KSAM. Let's get back to the stadium with Brian Adams and Rob Hipp.
All right, friends, welcome back. We're at the Northside Baptist Church Halftime Show. The GG's currently out there on the field alongside the Huntsville Hornet Military Marching Band. We'll send it down to the field. Enjoy the sounds if you're on the radio, the sights, and the sounds if you're on the video tonight. We'll be back in a little bit.
Your 2020-2021 GG officers are Lieutenant Christine Almaraz, Lieutenant Colonel Brianna Lewis, and your 2020-2021 GG Colonel is Macy Castleberry. Social officers salute. GGs of the week are Riley Pearson and Rena Wasson. Spirit girls of the week are Mika Saavedra and Kira Biagas. Tonight the GGs will be performing a palm routine to I Like It. The GGs are under the direction of Mrs. Dana Lenormand.
The Huntsville Military Marching Band continues. Thanks for staying with us here on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network as we are at halftime. 22 minutes to go here. Huntsville leading 21-0. And, Brian, I always want to give these band guys and girls a shout-out. They do such a wonderful job, very much involved with this program. And, just a couple of weeks ago, sweeping there in the regional, they did a great job finishing in first place.
The Huntsville Military Marching Band has just been award-winning for years, and they take great pride in the effort that they do. And it takes a lot of work and practice. You talk about these young men playing football and all the work and practice that goes into what they do. But the band, the cheerleaders, the GGs, everybody, they work so hard, practice so hard, and it's certainly nice to see them get to perform.
Again, about 21 minutes to go here as we are live up in the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth. Rob Hipp alongside the former Sam Houston State quarterback Brian Adams. Now, Brian, we'll be right back here, of course, a week from today. We'll be right back here for the first round of the playoffs. And, again, as this ball game goes on, we may know a little bit more. As tonight goes on, we may know a little bit more. We'll go back to Tony Kulak and the Huntsville Hornet Military Marching Band.
Hornet Military Marching Band. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Jake Holland, Matty Kyle, and William Summel. Tonight the band will be performing Fanfare 2020 by Dr. Tim Ray. 'Twas the Parade Before Christmas by Dallas Burt, and the Huntsville High School Fight Song.
Just still a little bit of time here as they are getting set. We'll go back down now, Brian, as they get started. The sound of the Huntsville Hornet Military Marching Band. We're at halftime here, the Northside Baptist Church halftime show. Back down to the field for more band action.
band would like to recognize the HMB senior class of 2021 for their years of dedication to the band. They are Michelle Elizondo, Cole Austin, Edenilson Cabrera, Luis Castiglione, Victoria Chavez, Kylan Cleveland, Jose Cruz, the Flutes. The band would like to thank our band boosters, administration, corporate sponsors, and the community for their continued support. Tonight, the HMB would like to recognize Tex Press Urgent Care as our Friday night light sponsor. Thank you for your support.
All right, well, once again, great to hear the Huntsville Hornet Military Marching Band as halftime continues. 15 minutes away before we get action started back in the third quarter. We'll step aside from the Northside Baptist Church. Hornet Halftime Show continues when we come back on the all-new Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
And I'm an owner too. Membership in our credit union provides you all the things you want and expect from a financial institution. But there are two things I hear from our members that they appreciate most. Our low rates on loans, of course, but also the personal friendly service we provide. Come see us today at Walker County Federal Credit Union on Normal Park Drive. Member NCUA.
Whether you're heading to the deer lease or hitting the road for a holiday trip, Bill Fick Ford in Huntsville has the vehicle for you. From the complete line of Ford F-150, 250, and 350 Super Duty trucks to fuel-efficient Ford sedans and SUVs, you'll find the best selection at Bill Fick Ford. And at Bill Fick Ford, there's no bull, just good deals. The Ficks would also like to thank everyone for your friendship and your business. Bill Fick Ford, I-45 South in Huntsville, or online at BillFickFord.com. Nationwide delivery is free.
Halftime is an anticipated part of any game. We get to see the mighty Hornet Military Marching Band. The team goes to the locker room. The coaches make corrections and tweak the game plan. And then it's back to the gridiron to finish the task and fight to get the mark in the win column. Church is a halftime for the soul. You can stretch. You can be refreshed. Friends, we will never change the game plan because Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. There's only one plan. It starts with Jesus and ends there. I'm Reagan Cooksey, pastor of Northside Baptist Church. Are you listening?
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval.
My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder.
First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
Welcome back, friends, as 12:28 to go here in the first half. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Brian Adams. Brian, we've got to see what happens with Huntsville here coming out in the third quarter. A.J. Wilson injured there in the first half. He did walk off on his own, but we'll have to see what happens here in just a little bit.
Playoff T-shirts.
Yeah, no question about it, Rob. He did come off second in the middle of the second quarter, replaced by Cam Cole, who is certainly a great athlete. And you certainly hope A.J. Wilson's going to be okay. Like you said, he did walk off on his own power, and they're certainly evaluating in the locker room right now as we speak. But, the Hornets need to clean up their ball game. I mean, the first quarter, they couldn't do anything wrong. They were doing everything right. But it was kind of a role reversal in the second quarter. They had a ton of penalties and a ton of things go against them. And, of course, A.J. Wilson came out, replaced by Cam Cole. And as Coach Southern said before halftime, Cam just needs to kind of settle down because this is his first full opportunity as a quarterback. And, the Hornets will be okay.
Well, my good friend Doppler Dave made his way down here to check out these Hornets, and he was saying earlier 41 degrees, no wind down there, Brian. It's cold. I stepped out the back door here at Madisonville just for a moment. It is cold outside.
No question about it. And let me say this. The fans from Huntsville, they are packed in here tonight under their blankets and coats and hats, and we're certainly glad y'all came out tonight, and all those folks back, wherever you're at in the world listening and or watching on YouTube. We certainly want to thank you. And I also want to give a quick shout-out to Lawrence Williams. He's a former Huntsville Hornet teammate of mine and Sam Houston State teammate of mine. Former linebacker Lawrence Williams was up here in the booth tonight. Good to see him. And, we're getting ready. We got about 10 minutes left in halftime. And, the Hornets need to kind of clean up some of these penalties and go in and seal the deal, go in undefeated for the regular season and go into the playoffs with some really big momentum.
Well, right now, as it stands here at halftime, we got about 10 minutes to go until the third quarter kicks off. Huntsville in control, 21-0. Brian, they scored quick and early in this ball game, and then after that, it has been possession after possession after possession of no score for both of these teams. We'll go over some of those scoring drive recaps, of course, brought to you by our good friends at On the Move Physical Therapy and Wellness. A little bit before we go back into the third quarter before too long. Some other games going on. Brian, what's crazy? December, we even had some people on YouTube earlier. We were watching. I saw some comments come through on YouTube, and some folks were saying they're not from here in Texas, and they said it's December and they're still in the regular season. Yes, we are. Technically, this would be week 4 of the playoffs, if you can believe that, Brian, and we are still wrapping up the regular season, of course, because of COVID.
Well, and I'm just thankful that we've had the ability to have a season. They started a month late. And even during the summer workouts, they had to stop workouts for a week or so before they could continue. And, it's just been one of the craziest years ever. And we're just thankful that we have football and the Hornets are doing as well as they're doing. And, man, Rob, it has been an exciting ride watching these young men this year. I mean, every aspect of their game is just on top. And they are getting recognized all across the state of Texas. Everybody's heard about these Huntsville Hornets, and we're just glad we're able to call the ball game.
Well, there was one other game going on here in 10-5A Division II tonight. That game at halftime, it's Lake Creek trailing Montgomery High School. Of course, we faced the Bears last week, a very tough team, the toughest contest we've had all season. That game right now, Montgomery 20, Lake Creek 0. Montgomery is on the road. That at halftime. There was a final yesterday as Rudder holding off Lamar consolidated 28-21. Those are the only games, of course, here at 10-5A D2, and we still don't know much about how the playoffs are going to shape up, but hopefully by the end of the night we'll know a little bit more about that. 8:28 to go here in halftime before we get things started in the third quarter. We'll step aside for a brief break. When we come back, we'll continue to talk about this game. We'll go over scoring drive recaps and more. Stay with us. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
If you're a credit union member, did you also know it means you're one of the owners? I'm Karen Denman, Senior Loan Officer at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and I'm an owner too. Membership in our credit union provides you all the things you want and expect from a financial institution. But there are 2 things I hear from our members that they appreciate most. Our low rates on loans, of course, but also the personal friendly service we provide. Come see us today at Walker County Federal Credit Union on Normal Park Drive. Member NCUA.
Whether you're heading to the deer lease or hitting the road for a holiday trip, Bill Vick Ford in Huntsville has the vehicle for you. From the complete line of Ford F-150, 250, and 350 Super Duty trucks to fuel-efficient Ford sedans and SUVs, you'll find the best selection at Bill Vick Ford. And at Bill Vick Ford, there's no bull, just good deals. The Vicks would also like to thank everyone for your friendship and your business. Bill Vick Ford, I-45 South in Huntsville, or online at BillVickFord.com. Nationwide delivery is free.
Halftime is an anticipated part of any game. We get to see the mighty Hornet military marching band. The team goes to the locker room. The coaches make corrections and tweak the game plan. And then it's back to the gridiron to finish the task and fight to get the mark in the win column. Church is a halftime for the soul. You can stretch. You can be refreshed. Friends, we will never change the game plan because Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. There's only one plan. It starts with Jesus and ends there. I'm Reagan Cooksey, pastor of Northside Baptist Church. Are you listening?
Welcome back, Greg. 6:34 to go here at the Northside Baptist Church Hornet Halftime Show. I'm Rob Hipp. Thanks for joining us tonight. Cold Madisonville, Texas here. Brian, it was a little chilly whenever we got out here this afternoon around 4 or 5 or so. But I tell you, once the sun got down, it really got chilly outside. We opened the door for a minute. I got to give a big shout-out to TJ tonight, of course, always helping us down on the field with camera. TJ Garrett, good to have him back tonight, and Melton Green, both of those young men outside tonight. But we appreciate all their fine camera work, and especially out there in this cold weather. It is chilly, Brian.
It is cold out there. I mean, you're talking 40 degrees and it's just cold. I mean, I remember one time many, many years ago playing against what is now Texas State, but back then it was Southwest Texas. There at Bauer Stadium on 2 o'clock in the afternoon, not a cloud in the sky, sun was out, and it was about 25 degrees. And, man, let me tell you, it was miserable. It was so cold out there. And when it's cold, it is difficult to play football. I mean, people talk about how much fun it is and it's football weather, but I promise you it's difficult to play it when it's cold. And, you see some things that you typically don't see in cold weather. You see a lot of drop balls. You see a lot of things like that. And but, man, it's cold out there.
Let's get to some of those messages coming in. By the way, the Hornet Nation fan text line is open as always. You can text us at 512-522-9105. Again, text messaging. Let us know you got a shout-out, even if you're from Fulshear tonight. Maybe you're watching from Fulshear saying, hey, I'd like to give a shout-out to someone on that side. We'd love to hear from you. Text us at 512-522-9105. Again, that text message number, 512-522-9105. Harvey Vanacek saying hello to you, Brian.
Harvey, how are you doing, sir? You know what's cool about this, Rob, this interaction, is these people are all over the world. I mean, we've had people from Germany, Hawaii, Virginia, I mean, obviously Huntsville, but it's just amazing, and we appreciate all the messages that come in here.
Here's one here. Brian, go Hornets, number 74, Trey Garrett, the center, and TJ Garrett, the cameraman. Granny and Papa watching in Huntsville, Texas. And Granny and Papa, TJ just walked out of here. He came up here to warm up a little bit, doing a great job, so appreciate all that he does. Thank you for messaging us here tonight. Brian, some more messages coming in as well. Oh, well, that one's Brian can't hear you too well on YouTube, Brian. I'll turn you up, man. Sorry about that, Brian.
And I'm loud.
Yeah, Brian was blowing my ears out up here. Shout out to Cody McLaren family from Kimberly, Charles, Danae, and Brianna from New Braunfels. Slam 'em, Cody. I love it. Hey, we started saying slam 'em this year. It turned into Slamsville, Saxville, whateversville.
Whatever, yeah.
Brian, some more messages coming out as well.
Well, there's another shout-out coming to you and me, Rob, for fun and fabulous game coverage all season. Your fans in Illinois and Iowa. See, look at that. That is amazing. Enjoyed having you in the box. Look forward to the playoffs and having you back next year. Thank you so much. Illinois and Iowa.
Kick butt Hornets, knock them down, wrap them up. Number 18, Cody McLaren. It's Nana Pop, Colton, and Auntie A's cheering you on from Belton, Texas. Little Tigers. That's just right north of Georgetown where I'm from, Brian. Even more messages coming in here tonight, and really enjoying these messages coming in.
Way to go, grandson, Jarrett Ortega. Boy, Jarrett had a heck of a pick six earlier. Nana and Pawpaw, proud from Longview, Texas.
Longview in the house tonight. And a couple more here. Hello there, Darius Edge, Jackson Edge's uncle watching from Atlanta. That is a Fulshear parent out there. So, again, thank you tonight. And Edge has had a great young man, a great season, over 1,700 yards for this Charger team. He is an outstanding quarterback.
No question about it. And you know what? I know you're proud of your nephew, and he's doing a good job. And, again, we're proud of all of these young men. We got another one here that says, Go Hornets. We came to win. Love y'all Hornets from Huntsville, Texas.
Well, that is the message there. And also one coming in here from Garrick Long, producing for us back at KSAM. Garrick, you better be in on the action, man. We appreciate all that you do back at the KSAM studio. Garrick grew up in Fulshear, but is rooting for the Hornets and his brother from another mother, the tight end Long. Good to hear from you, Garrick, and appreciate all you're doing back at KSAM studio, man.
Again, Rob, that's another part of, if we didn't have guys that are producing the show like Garrick, so many things going behind the scenes to make this successful, and we just appreciate every bit of it.
We'll get to a couple more here as we just had a few more come in as we've got a little bit more time here at halftime. Let's go JoJo number 4. Someone shouting out to Jordan Woodbury. Thank you for that message. And then another one here, Brian.
Go Hornets. Kenny Ross, ex-Hornets watching from Houston. There's old school Kenny Ross.
H-Town in the house tonight. And check this out, Glenn Diesel in the house. Come on, Glenn, through the radio airwaves tonight. Happy Hornet football Friday night. Thanks to all those who donated to the 14th annual Radio Mash. I love hearing Rob and Brian on the call. Glenn, appreciate you and all your hard work. You can catch Glenn, by the way, in the mornings on 104.9 KHBL The Hits, and then a little bit closer to the lunchtime hour on KSAM. Please appreciate all that Glenn does. I got to tell you, Brian, just a wonderful family at KSAM, and appreciate all that they do. As the Huntsville Hornets will run back through their blow-up, we will step aside. When we come back, it's the third quarter, Huntsville leading 21-0. This has been the Northside Baptist Church Halftime Show. We'll be back in a few moments.
Halftime is an anticipated part of any game. We get to see the mighty Hornet military marching band. The team goes to the locker room. The coaches make corrections and tweak the game plan. And then it's back to the gridiron to finish the task and fight to get the mark in the win column. Church is a halftime for the soul. You can stretch. You can be refreshed. Friends, we will never change the game plan because Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. There's only one plan. It starts with Jesus and ends there. I'm Reagan Cooksey, pastor of Northside Baptist Church. Are you listening?
Huntsville ISD is the best place for children to be. We offer a full-day pre-K center to advanced career and college options, along with a variety of extracurricular activities and award-winning fine arts, band and athletics programs, an excellent child nutrition and bus transportation services, bilingual ESL and GT programs, special education services, and a career and technical education program that provides multiple certification and licensing options for students. Visit huntsville-isd.org. It's a great day to be a Hornet. We're building champions, everyone, every day.
That's it for the Hornet Halftime Show, brought to you by Northside Baptist Church on 101.7 KSAM. Coming up next, the second half kickoff on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. You're listening to the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. KSAM Huntsville is 101.7 KSAM.
All right, friends, welcome back. Third quarter action underway. The third quarter brought to you by our friends at the City of Huntsville. Huntsville First, shop, eat, and play right here in Huntsville, Texas. Back to receive for Fulshear as Huntsville will kick this one off to start things in this third quarter. And welcome back, Rob Hipp alongside Brian Adams live tonight in Madisonville from the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth. This is a short kick, Brian. Stops up and it goes out of bounds. That was knocked out of bounds on that play. I don't know if they were trying to go for an onside there, but David Cardenas got his hand on it, and it went out of bounds. And Lamar Fulshear will start this drive in pretty good field position here, Brian, after the short kick on their own 49.
Yeah, I do believe they were going for an onside kick there, and I like the call. I mean, you're up 21 points going into the third quarter. You know, why not try that? Because it's unexpected, and it just got knocked out of bounds. So Fulshear's going to start with pretty good field position here in the third quarter.
Edge will lead his team onto the field, trailing 21-0. 12 minutes straight up to go here again in the City of Huntsville third quarter. The ball resting on the left hash mark. They're actually going to move it all the way back to the 45-yard line. Brian initially was at the 49, and that's where Edge and his team will have to work from. Again, trailing 21-0 as we get started here in the third. Edge gets the snap. Pass over left side. Oh, that was intercepted by the Hornets, Brian. And this one will be going down to the house. It's another pick six for the second time tonight. And it's Ethan Miner getting in on the action right out of the gates. It's the Huntsville Hornets coming alive here in the third.
Well, that's one way to bring the fans to their feet. Ethan Miner. Oh, don't tell me.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Oh, my goodness.
Got excited, Brian. Lost it. You know, that was the last excitement I had of the night, Brian. I'm going to have to – you're going to take over. We'll see you, Brian. That one's coming back.
Well, they've got to stop. They've got to stop doing that. I mean, they're getting ready to roll into the playoffs. If you have those huge mistakes like that cost you points, it can cost you a victory.
Oh, my goodness. The ball resting back at the flag resting at the 43. There may have been a pass interference that caused that interception in the first place, Brian, as the receiver. Oh, yeah, that was it. Miner actually pushed the receiver out of the way and intercepted the ball. So I don't know if I've ever seen a pass interference, interception, return, touchdown like that. Miner pushed the defender away. He was able to catch the ball, and then he ran with it. I don't know. Take another look at this one, Brian. I know our radio audience can't. If you're listening, you can't see this. But your thoughts on this, Brian, as you saw Edge here. He steps back around the 40, throws it in the flats over to the right side. You see Miner with the push. And it's a minor push at that. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, well, a push nonetheless. It's unfortunate because that is definitely a penalty, and you got to play smarter football than that.
The second touchdown by the Hornets that comes back tonight. And like I said, Brian, got excited on that play. And it's just tough there. The officials, here we go. So that's what it is. Josh Criswell down there on the sidelines joining us this evening. Josh, another tough one there for the Hornets. I thought that was another pick six, but it comes back on a penalty.
Yeah, and actually I had it on video on my phone, and that's just an absolutely atrocious call on second review. I mean, yes, he was pushing a little bit, but he fought through a pick by the Fulshear offensive player. They had a pick on him that was illegal in the first place, and that's what the shove came from. He shoved through that, got the interception, took it to the house, and then the referees just negated what should have been Huntsville's second pick six of the day. There's no other way to say it.
Well, Josh, appreciate you down there. We're looking at it one final time. Yeah, Josh is right. We had it on the replay up here, and it was kind of a back-and-forth push. That's the way it goes, Brian. The ball now for Fulshear here up to the Huntsville 45. His edge is in the gun. Two receivers to either side, spread out in a wing with one back to his right. Edge stepping back. Bobino chasing him. The slam. Oh, mama, what a slam in the backfield. It's a Hartfield floor slack. Bobino was bringing it back there, but the sack will actually be Q Riles, Brian.
Well, Q Riles, I mean, he is just such a talented defensive end. He's so fast. And, man, he usually beats that right tackle. But, of course, you got Ed Bobino helping him out. And what a great play by that defense.
Goodness gracious. You go back and look at it on the replay, and Ed Bobino comes flying through there with that big body like Superman. And Q Riles is already slinging him down, and Bobino said, let me get a little boom on that one, baby. Brings up second down and a long 16 here. Pass over to the left side. Edge again overthrows his receiver. He's done that several times tonight, just having a hard time on that left side. The intended receiver there incomplete to Parker Williams.
Well, when they roll him out like that, Edge, I mean, it's given him an opportunity to make something happen, and he's got to bring the ball down. All the passes he's done tonight, for the most part, on the sidelines have been high. But he's got to bring that ball down.
Third down and 16 for Fulshear on their own 49. On the right hash mark, Edge is out there. Two receivers down to the left side. One of them is Jax Medisa. He'll line up alongside Zach Cody on the left. Pass over to Cody. Cody has the reception at the 45, is well short of the first down. And the whistles blow this one dead as he goes out of bounds. Picked up about 6 on that play, Brian, to the Huntsville Hornet 45.
Nice pass by Jackson Edge. I mean, he's looking over there to his right side and throws the ball all the way across the field. Gets him back to the original, well, a yard short of the original line of scrimmage. So really not a bad play, but it is down 4th and 11, Rob, and they are going to go for it.
Yeah, they put him back 1, so it's actually 4th and 11 from the Huntsville 46. Edge in the gun on the left hash mark. His team moving from left to right. A lot of force coming here. Slam down again. It's another Hartfield Flores sack, and this time coming up with a big-time hit is Jaden Ross.
What, Jaden? Oh, man.
Straight up got jaded by Jaden Ross.
I mean, Jaden Ross came in there just untouched, and Edge just disappeared underneath him. And the Hornets are going to get the ball in great field position on the Fulshear side of the field.
Oh, man, you saw about 4 Hornets just coming through, swarming them on that play. Saxville lighting up. Cody McLaren said, let me get a little action as well.
Swarm, baby.
Well, that'll go all the way back, and the Huntsville Hornets will take over here after the turnover on downs. This is their 7th possession of the night, Brian. They'll start at an excellent field position on the 46-yard line of Fulshear. And look at that, A.J. Wilson back out there at quarterback. That is an excellent sign as Jalen McClain gets a handoff up to the 41-yard line. Love seeing that, Brian.
No doubt. No doubt about it. A.J. Wilson went in limping at halftime, and Cam Cole came out, did a good job in the beginning there for the Hornets, but it is good to see A.J. back out there.
So Wilson back out there, the junior quarterback, shaking off his slight injury in the first half. 10:26 to go here in this city of Huntsville, third quarter. Wilson from his own 41. Pass over right side, way too strong, little misroute direction there. And, man, luckily no little extracurricular and no flag there. Because that's Jamarcus Howard out there saying, man, you better watch it. Jamarcus standing tall down there, ready to sting him on the offensive side, Brian.
Well, Jamarcus Howard's 6'6". You know, and that DB is maybe 5'7". So a little bit of a mismatch there. But, you know, that ball was overthrown over Jamarcus. If you can overthrow a 6'6" guy.
You got a little smash mouth football, and every once in a while you got a little smack talk football. I like it tonight. 41-yard line we are. Hornets third down and a short 4. Wilson gets the snap, handoff to his running back, fumbles it, Brian, the second time tonight. It's coughed up, and Fulshear has it at the 30.
My goodness. Well, you know what? That was a great run. I mean, he hit that hole full speed, but you got to hold on to the football. But again, Rob, we talked about that at the beginning of the show tonight. When it's cold out there, that ball gets slick, and you really got to hang on to it. And right there, the Hornets cough it up.
Trying to see who that was on the run. A little bit hard to see here. Boy, that one just popped right out of the back, Brian. And I apologize. I couldn't see who that was down there. I think it may have been Justin Butcher, if I'm not mistaken, coughed that one up. So Fulshear will take it back over here with 10-12 remaining in the city of Huntsville third quarter, trailing 21-0. First down and 10 as they move from right to left from their own 31-yard line. Edge in the gun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 lone charger down to the left, standing on the 30. That receiver down there on the left side is Jax Marisa. And a handoff here over to the right side. It's the running back, Kenya Walton. And Walton, he goes a lot of yards to the right side, Brian, but nothing to the north. Maybe picks up. No, they don't even give him 1. So just back to the original line of scrimmage, brings up second down and 10. No gain on the run.
That's the overall team speed of that defense. He could not turn the corner. The Hornets strung him out all the way to the end, all the way to the sideline, and I'm telling you, folks, this defense is just unbelievable.
Shout out to my beautiful fiance Bridget Brennan, watching back in Georgetown. Love you, sweetheart. Saying go Hornets, appreciate you. Second down and 10 for Fulshear. And again here as Edge is going to go down in another heart-filled Flores sack, this time stepping over the defender. And it's another sack and another big one. Keyshawn Mayers getting in on the action now.
Keyshawn Mayers, linebacker, just wasn't fooled at all. Oh, my goodness.
Another heart-filled floor sack. Brian, we talked about earlier, so many of these defensive players getting in on the action tonight, and now Mayers calling his name for the first time this season. Love seeing that from these young men.
No doubt about it. I love to see them spread the wealth. You know, we talk about the Bobino brothers quite a bit, but tonight we've talked about a lot of these guys, and it's just an overall unbelievable defense.
Third down and a long 15 for Fulshear. They're backed up to the 26. Edge again has to watch out. Pass over left side, well out of the reach. And a lot of these passes tonight, yeah, it's cold, Brian, but a lot of pressure being brought by that front line. This time it was incomplete over the left side to Jax Medisa.
Well, there's nothing more difficult for a quarterback when you've got somebody in your face. I mean, that just completely throws off all your rhythm and everything else. And you know, you got that defense just trying to rip his head off. And he's just trying to do everything he can to get the ball out.
Tank White and Jordan Woodbury set back to receive around their own 45 here for Huntsville. Again, leading 21-0, 8:48. The Huntsville Hornets set here to get the ball for the 8th time so far this evening. Low snap as it bounced, and the punter able to get this one away, and it's a short punt. We'll take a bounce in favor of Fulshear, and it keeps rolling to the 36-yard line. So that's where we'll have it. Hornets have it when we come back. We'll step aside for a quick 30-second break. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Tracy Chappell, City of Huntsville's Main Street Manager. I want to encourage you to invest in our community, Huntsville First. Whether you visit an antique shop downtown or stop by your favorite food truck, every purchase you make here in Huntsville boosts our economy. Become a tourist in your own backyard. Get out and enjoy the great outdoors at Huntsville State Park or the Sam Houston National Forest. Visit one of our historic museums and enjoy the art and culture available right here in Huntsville. Remember, shop, eat, play. Huntsville First.
Back at it here in the city of Huntsville, third quarter. Rob Hipp alongside Brian Adams from the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth. First down and 10 for Huntsville on their own 35. Wilson in the flat over to Cornelius Lawrence. And Lawrence standing tall as he receives the ball on that pass. A 4-yard gain up to the 39-yard line. Cornelius Lawrence, a junior wide receiver. Good to see him get a little bit of action here tonight.
Rob, the great thing about this Hornet program is you got some of these young men that are coming up through the ranks that are just absolutely talented. I know the JV team this year has some unbelievable talent on it. The freshman team, this program is going to be good for a long time.
Lawrence now will shift gears over to the left side as part of a 2-receiver package as Wilson will go under center and an eye backs behind him. Hands off to one of those back men, and he's slammed down to the ground. Not much at all, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. And that handoff was to Justin Butcher. Third down and a long 6 coming up here for Huntsville. Just like that, a quick bang-bang defensive set there for these Chargers of Fulshear.
Well, this is a third down. The Hornets need to do a little bit better job converting on third down. the wide receivers, they need to go beyond the sticks on their routes.
Woodbury and Butcher, 2 receivers up to the left on a 3rd down and 6. A.J. Wilson has the first down at the 50 as he throws the dart to Cornelius Lawrence. He slammed down, but not before getting a mocha attorney at law at the 50-yard line.
Great route run by Lawrence. Great pass by A.J. Wilson. Lawrence knew exactly where the sticks were. He went beyond that on his curl route. A.J. Wilson hit him on timing. Perfect play, moving the chains.
So it is a mocha attorney at law, first down at the 50-yard line. A.J. Wilson in the gun, low snap at the 45. Passes, airs one to the right side, has a man wide open. It's Lawrence, and Lawrence has a 50-yard touchdown. Oh, mama, what a play. That's a trophy case touchdown.
Wow.
Woo!
How about that? Nice pass. A.J. Wilson, I mean, he keeps getting better every week with that particular pass. Lays it up perfect. Lawrence runs underneath it. Great fingertip catch. Smiles at the camera as he's going into the end zone.
I love it, man.
What is up?
Cornelius Lawrence, boy, he's making a name for himself here in this ball game. A couple of catches and a big one there, 60 yards on the trophy case touchdown. Trophy Case is your destination for awards, custom gifts, apparel, and more. Get your Hornet Spirit gear at the Trophy Case. Here's the MRC Creekside extra point up on its way, and it is good. Hornets lead 28-0. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Tracy Chappell, City of Huntsville's Main Street Manager. I want to encourage you to invest in our community, Huntsville First. Whether you visit an antique shop downtown or stop by your favorite food truck, every purchase you make here in Huntsville boosts our economy. Become a tourist in your own backyard. Get out and enjoy the great outdoors at Huntsville State Park or the Sam Houston National Forest. Visit one of our historic museums and enjoy the art and culture available right here in Huntsville. Remember, shop, eat, play. Huntsville First.
Welcome back. We're in the city of Huntsville, third quarter. Your Hornets on the 8th possession of the night. A drive that started on their own 35. It was capped off by a 60-yard touchdown pass from A.J. Wilson to Cornelius Lawrence. Hornets lead 28-0. That is your on-the-move physical therapy and wellness scoring drive recap. And here's the Climatech Secure Storage kickoff. Christian Avilar will go from left to right, kicking from his own 40-yard line. Right in between the hashes. We'll see if he boots this one. It is on its way. This one will have an opportunity. Nope, bounces into the end zone for the second touchback tonight. Brian, we'll keep things right here. Good start for the Hornets.
No doubt about it. And, we got some more sponsors. We just want to say thanks to Fat Boys Pizza, hand-tossed dough, made fresh daily, pizza, wings, and more.
That's my buddy Shane up there. Fat Boys Pizza. You got to hear Steve Ricks' commercial, by the way.
And Adams Furniture, we beat big city prices. And Bill Fick Ford, no bull, just good deals. And Community Service Credit Union, now serving Walker, Madison, Trinity, and some parts of San Jacinto counties.
Fulshear back onto the field here from their own 25 in between the hash marks. They'll move from right to left. Trailing 28-0, 7:36 to go here in the city of Huntsville, third quarter. We still got a whole nother quarter after this one, too, by the way. Low snap. Edge has it, pass over left side, has his receiver, but immediately dropped to the ground. A good catch there, able to hold on to that ball was Zach Cody.
Well, that was a good route run by Zach Cody. I mean, he ran a 5 to 7 yard curl route, and Edge hit him right in the numbers right as he turned, and those are good. That's a good passing catch right there.
Brian, we're going to be handing out at least 9 Whataburger What a Play awards here before too long, and we'll have those announced before too long. Pass over here, right side, caught. That's a first down. Good look there by Edge as he found his receiver on the right side, and a first down here as he found Cody over there on the right side for the first down at the 35.
Jackson Edge rolls out to his right. The reason he's rolling out is it gives him, again, it takes a little pressure off the line if he's dropping straight back. So they roll him out, hits his target, and they're moving the chains.
It is first down and 10 from the 35-yard line on the right hash. Edge will clap once. A little bit of blitz starting. Oh, the ball drops down, but a flag flies, and Edge, I believe, able to fall back onto it. We'll see what the call is here. May have been a false start by Fulshear. We'll see, Brian. Been a lot of penalties here in this ball game. This one is against the Chargers. That ball will go back.
Well, you're right.
Never mind. It was against Huntsville.
There has been a lot of penalties tonight, and some of these penalties have been very costly as far as points go against the Hornets.
Yeah, a little encroachment there against the defense on Huntsville. So instead of it, I thought it was going backwards. as all the players started going back 5 yards, and the official said, no, go forward. So first down and 5 here for the Chargers on their own 40-yard line, trailing 28-0, 6:54 remaining here in the third. Edge has the pressure coming. Over to the right side. He's able to get rid of this one. Has his receiver. That may be caught. We'll see. Was he out of bounds, Brian, or was that a reception? If it was, that was a great catch on that right side. It was incomplete to Zach Cody. He's had a lot of good passes, Brian, but the problem is they're too far out of bounds, and all of these so far have been going to Cody. He's not been able to haul them in.
Well, Jackson Edge has been under tremendous pressure all night long with this Hornet defense, and yeah, man, I mean, it's so difficult when you got somebody in your face, and he's doing everything he can. But again, that was an incomplete pass.
Oh, second down and 5 here. And a handoff up the middle. Big running back here in the ball game now for the Chargers. The big man coming up with it. And that was Tosin Ogulana. Good to see him out there. And Ogulana, 4-yard gain, brings up third down and 1. He had to get up to the 45. He was stopped a yard short at the 44.
Well, I know the folks on the radio can't see this, but maybe the guys, on YouTube can. But, man, we've got a blood red moon right. Oh, man, what a beautiful picture that is.
Hornets bringing everybody up front here. Only 3 in the backfield now. The defense showing some pressure here on a third down and 1 on Fulshear. His Edge is in the gun. Hornets want to bust through this here, Brian. Edge stepping back, pressure in his face, throws. It's incomplete. He threw an absolute strike over to the right side on a crossing route to Parker Williams. He wasn't able to hold on to it. Fourth down and 1 coming up.
Well, Williams is very upset, and I don't blame him. I mean, that went in and out of his hands. That should have been a first down reception right there, but now it's 4th and 1, and, of course, Fulshear's going to have to go for it here.
So fourth down and a short one. The Chargers will go for it, trailing 28-0. 6 minutes straight up to go here in the city of Huntsville third. Again, the pressure by the defense of the Hornets. They know how to sting them. Watch them here, Brian. Fourth down and 1 as Edge will look over to his sideline, getting direction from his coach. Two receivers there up to the right, Brian.
Yeah, you had the linebackers up there up tight, and, they're only 5 yards off the ball, playing that goal line type defense right here.
My fiance is saying, Brian, you're sounding good tonight, Brian. So,
well, tell Bridget, I said thank you so much.
We got a timeout here on the field. We'll step aside and take a 30-second with it. Stay with us, friends. 28-0 your score. Fourth down and 1 coming up for the Chargers of Fulshear. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Score updates from
The holiday season is here, and that means Wiesner of Huntsville's holiday savings event is too. Come check out these great deals at Wiesner of Huntsville, like a Chevy Traverse for only $25,345, or a Chevy half-ton crew cab for only $28,986. Want something a little smaller? Get a 2020 Chevy Equinox for $20,986, or a Chevy Trax for $16,986. These deals won't last long, so hurry down for Wiesner of Huntsville's holiday savings event, or shop us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com.
Rocking and rolling here tonight in Madisonville, Texas. We're live from Mustang Stadium. Rob Hipp alongside Brian Adams. Thank you so much for spending your Friday evening with us here for another edition of Hornet Football here on the all-new Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. We are up here in the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth. Brian, this season for the Hornets, trying to continue their ways here and on their way, but we still got a lot of football left. Don't count Lamar out anytime soon. Well, the Lamar Fulshear Chargers here in the gun. Fourth down and 1. Defense showing some pressure. And Fulshear has the first down. Found a rare lane against this defense on the right side. Able to dive forward and getting that first down. It was Hayden Graham, the tight end, with the first down. Got it up to the 48-yard line on his own side.
Hayden Graham's a big old boy, and he got that ball, and he was running downhill, able to move the chains against the Hornets there, which has been a rare occasion for Fulshear tonight.
A rare huddle here also for Fulshear. You don't see too many teams getting a huddle anymore. They huddled up, quickly back up to the line here. First down and 10 from their own 48, moving from right to left. Low snap, and Edge has it, and he gets slammed back to the 45-yard line.
Wow.
It'll be a loss on the play. They'll mark it down officially at the 46. So a 2-yard loss brings up second down and 12.
Edge ran into that Hornet wall and just got thrown backwards, and it looks like he lost a couple yards on that play.
Was Edge out there on that play, or was it his tight end? It may have been to Hayden Graham. I didn't even catch that. Edge was on the sideline. So Edge now back out on that. Was Graham moments ago. Trying something new there, and the Hornet defense read it beautifully. Edge in the gun. One back to either side, two receivers to the right, one lone back. Hornets showing pressure. The blitz coming. Pass over right side, caught for the first down at the 45-yard line of the Huntsville Hornets. He'll actually say it was at the 46-yard line.
Nice pass by Jackson Edge. I mean, he had all kinds of blitz coming from all different directions, and he was able to get the ball off, and it's a nice little pickup. Instead of 3rd and a mile, it's 3rd and reasonable.
Yeah, 3rd down and 5 here now for Fulshear. They converted this drive moments ago on a 4th down and 1. It's 3rd and 5 here from the 47-yard line inside Hornet territory. 2 claps for Edge. Passing. Oh, man, he got slammed down as he released that ball.
Ouch.
And he went down hard. Edge hopefully will be able to pop up here. He does. His teammates have to help him, but, man, that's another sting-em hit down there.
Well, those are one of those blind sides. You never see it coming, and you just get drilled in the back, and I promise you, man, those do not feel good.
Well, for the second time on this drive, Fulshear will have to try to convert a 4th down if they want to continue to move the chains here. Yeah, and you know who it was? It was Ed Bobino. That guy looks like Superman flying out there tonight.
He's so quick.
4th and 5, Hornets step off sides. It's a free play and a first down here for Fulshear. Pass dropped off around the 45, brought down before the first down marker, but 2 flags. That's an apparent offsides, and that'll give the Fulshear a first down, Brian, if that's how it stands.
Well, Cody McLaren just had a great open field tackle right there, but you're right. That was certainly offsides, I think, by the Hornets. And, again, that's some of those penalties that they've had problems with tonight, just mental mistakes, and they've got to figure out a way to settle down and quit making those errors.
Boy, listen at that Huntsville Hornet military marching band in the background. Aren't they great, Brian?
They are, no doubt.
Just love hearing that here, and thankful to the district here at Madisonville for allowing us to use their facility. Of course, Bauer's under renovation right now. We're getting set for a Bearcat football season starting in February, a short 6-game season, 2 games a month over February, March, and April. It's first down here for Fulshear, and a flag flies, and a false start here against the Chargers. I believe that's going to be the call. We got the ball up on the Huntsville Hornet 42-yard line. Well, let's wait a minute, Brian. I don't want to jump ahead of myself. I've been doing that the last 2 games.
Well, what's the call?
May have been talking about what time does Buc-ee's close. They don't ever close. They're open 24/7.
You know what? I mean, they're not even
nothing.
There's no call.
They pick up the flag. No call. I guess you just do over the down. I'll just do it over. First down and 10. It remains here from the 42 for Fulshear on the Huntsville 42. Edge passing the flat way too strong as he goes over the head, incomplete to Hayden Graham. A lot of pressure again. I know I keep saying that it's too strong, but Brian, it's because of the pressure that the defense is bringing in front of Edge.
Well, that right there is what is defined this Hornet defense. They're so fast, and when they bring that blitz, they're in the quarterback's face, and it's so disruptive, messes up the whole play, the timing, and everything. And it's been difficult on every team that's faced this defense all year long.
The old country song, "Timing is everything." I had to sing once this season, Brian. Pass here by Fulshear. This one. Oh, boom, lit, baby. Incomplete. There is Hitsville coming up tonight. What a Whataburger, what a hit out there.
Hello from the Huntsville Hornet defense. Ouch.
My goodness gracious, that may have been LaDamian McCoy out there. That's the real McCoy on that one. My goodness, what a hit.
Man, oh, mercy. We've seen this almost in every game, just this Hornet defense. They will light you up, and, boy, that kid just got lit up right there.
And was that McCoy? Let's see. Oh, man, yeah, another slam down. Slamsville alive and well, and timing certainly is everything on that play. 3rd down and 10. For Fulshear, trailing 28-0, 3:54 remaining here in the third. Edge passes over, another flag, right side up, bounce around. That one may have been caught, Brian. That was a catch. Wow. We'll see what the flag is in the back, though.
What an amazing catch. Whatever the flag is all about, what a great catch.
I don't know what that flag was back there.
Well, it looks like the white hat's pointing towards the Hornets. Not sure.
Oh, you know what it was? It was the Hornets were offsides again. I just saw it on the replay.
Yep, there you go.
We'll keep things right here. Brian, I wanted to say tonight briefly real quick that we are utilizing a new communication system from our friends at Hollyland. It is a T1000 intercom system that Nathan Height, our technical director tonight and producer, is able to talk to our camera guys. So I wanted to give Hollyland a shout-out tonight. They sent us the product for review. So far, it's working out beautifully, and we appreciate those friends for sending that to us. I'll have a video up on the SHN Sports channel more about this Hollyland equipment, but it's made a difference tonight with Nathan being able to communicate with our camera operators as well as those down on the field.
Well, we sure do thank Hollyland for supplying that equipment, because you're right, man, you're just talking about some technological advantages. You get to talk to your cameramen down on the field and things like that. Just super cool stuff.
We appreciate that. Again, thank you to Hollyland, the T1000 system we're utilizing tonight. 3:48 to go here in the third quarter, as Fulshear will have the first down. The ball up to the 23-yard line of the Hornets. The ball resting on the right hash mark. Edge, the quarterback, his team trailing 28-0. The Hornets trying to keep this shutout going here. Edge in the gun, one back to either side, two receivers down to the left. Edge is rolling to the left side, looking, passing up. This one caught, but hit in the back and pushed backwards at the 15-yard line. That was a good catch there on that play by Jax Medisa.
Edge pass complete to Jax Medica.
Medica there, boy, Medica had someone coming right at him, and you know, you've seen the tapes. These kids have seen the other side. They know that if it's that close, prepare for impact.
No doubt about it. Well, that was a great pass there. You know, Jackson Edge rolled out to his left, threw the ball against his body. Great catch.
Inside the red zone now, Fulshear at the 15. Passing over, left side. Oh, it was almost intercepted. That ball was thrown a dart over to Medica's area, and almost an interception. Was incomplete back there in the end zone.
Boy, that was almost a Hornets interception there. It looks like Cam Cole
And that brings up third down.
had an opportunity to pick that ball off. Wow.
Third down and a short two, Brian, as Fulshear can get the first down at the 13-yard line. Currently on the Hornet 15. 3:12 remaining here in the third. Fulshear trailing 28-0. Edge will roll to the right. Great protection this time. Over to the right side. This one up. Way too strong. Out of bounds again. He was looking in the direction that time of, I believe it was Parker Williams, incomplete.
Well, here's a decision here for the Fulshear head coach. You're 4th and 2. You're being shut out at the moment. Looks like Jackson Edge is going to stay out there for Fulshear, and they're going to try to pick up this first down.
And desperately looking for a score here. The Hornet defense has been great all season long down inside the red zone here as the Hornets showing blitz. Brian, look at them come up front here. Now they'll back off a little bit.
Boy, I think the Hornets fix to bring the house.
4th down and 2. Get ready for the defense here. We'll see if Fulshear has an answer here on the offense. It's coming. Pressure up. That one caught. That's a first down. No, he's incomplete. Brian got hit across center field. The defense coming up huge again. It's incomplete. And Huntsville Hornets will get it back here after a turnover on down.
Who was that? Cody McLaren on that play. Cody McLaren in knocking that ball down. Great. You know, Rob, you're right. I mean, so many people have had 4th down going against this Hornet defense, and a lot of these guys are having no luck converting, and the Hornets avoid getting points scored on them on that drive there.
Boy, that was all Cody McLaren. Had the player wrapped up as the ball hit him. You're not going to catch it when you got C-Mac back there saying, watch out, man, I'm coming.
1-8, boy, he has had just a heck of a season.
Huntsville will start here from their own 15, the 9th possession of the night, leading 28-0. Wilson clapping, throwing another air over to the right side, over the shoulder. That one, it's broken up at the 50-yard line. It was almost caught there by Jordan Woodbury. Give credit to the defender. It was J.J. Mosley, the cornerback, breaking it up.
That ball was just slightly underthrown. Had it been a little further out in front of Woodbury, I believe he would have probably caught that football and, man, been off to the races.
Cam Cole is back. No, I thought he was out there quarterback. They were just in a quick huddle. Cam Cole will line up as a receiver to the left. Wilson in the gun, one back to his right side on a 2nd down and long 10. This one is Wilson got hit. I don't think that was a fumble. He got hit as he tried to let go of that one. And an incomplete pass brings up Quickly here, third down, Brian.
Well, I'm not so sure that ball didn't just slip out of his hands.
No, they call it a fumble, Brian.
Yeah, well, again, it's cold down there. The balls get slick. I mean, so I believe that came out of his hands.
Yeah, loss of 3, third down and 13. Luckily, Hornets able to get back on it. Wilson looking, passing over left side. All through traffic, has the reception at the 20-yard line up to the 25. What a pass and what a catch by Trey Taylor.
Great catch by Taylor. Great route. And it looks like they just enough for the first down. Great play there by the Hornets.
Boy, Wilson threw an absolute dart in between defenders to Trey Taylor for that Moke and Moke attorney at law first down up to the 25-yard line. Look at that, threading the needle.
Wow, I mean, he was covered good, too.
So here we go, first down and 10 from left to right. Hornets with it, 2 minutes remaining here in the third. Wilson will clap twice. A delayed handoff to his back, bouncing, ping-ponging action across the 40-yard line, up to the 45. There's the J-Mac we know, getting some yards here tonight on the ground.
Jalen McClain, what a great run. He let the play develop. He let his big O-line open up a hole. He hits the hole full speed. Great first down, great run there by McClain.
Boy, when he gets those shoes chugging, there's hardly any stopping that young man.
He is fun to watch.
First down from the 44. It's a pass. Once again, it's Lawrence with the reception, and Lawrence is slammed to the ground. Wanting a horse collar, did not get it, but it's enough for another Moken up. There it is, late. Oh, that may be a personal foul against the Hornets after the play on that one, Brian.
I don't believe so. I think that's going to go against Fulshear for pushing after the play right in front of the ref. As soon as he saw that yellow flag came flying.
We'll see who it's called on, because we thought, you and I were both looking for a horse collar up here. We didn't get that call. Cornelius Lawrence was pushed around down there. He'll head back over to the sideline. His head is down right now.
Well, it's a personal foul coming up against.
Maybe against Lawrence. We'll see what the call is here. I didn't see much down there, Brian.
Yeah,
no, it's against Fulshear.
Yeah, it was after the play, and the D-back for Fulshear just shoved the Hornet right in front of the ref well after the play was over, and you're going to get flagged for that every time.
I think Lawrence may have been a little dejected as he came off. He may have thought that he did something. He didn't. He was just trying to say, hey, wait a minute, you can't push me around. So the ball will move deep into territory now of Fulshear. 1:38 remaining here in the city of Huntsville. Third, 28-0 your score, and Huntsville threatening again. This ball all the way down to the 29-yard line, moving from left to right in between the hash marks. Actually, it's on the right hash mark. Wilson will stand in the gun. McClain is back to the left, 2 receivers to the left, nobody down to the right. With a junior here, what leadership this young man has. He had to mature quickly, and we have seen him grow so much throughout this season, as this entire team. I don't want to count anybody out. This season has presented its challenges, and the Hornets have answered every single one of them. Wilson will stand in the gun on the 35. Has the snap, good protection. Over center, this one. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's a touchdown. Oh, mama, what a pass as it goes to Cam Cole for 29 yards.
What a catch by Cam Cole. My goodness, that was just great concentration on his part. A.J. Wilson threading the needle, and it looked like that pass was a little behind Cole, but with his concentration, man, they put another 6 points on the board.
That's a Trophy Case touchdown. The Trophy Case, your destination for awards, custom gifts, apparel, and more. Get your Hornet Spirit gear at the Trophy Case. Here's the MRC Creekside extra point from Avalar. It's up on its way and good. And the Hornets in the driver's seat tonight, 35-0 with 1:27 to go in the third. We'll step aside and take a break. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
At CSCU, we want you to bank happy, spend smart, and live well. That's why we are so pleased to announce our newest service, Loan by Phone. If stopping by one of our offices won't fit into your busy schedule, you can still apply for a loan by giving us a call when it's most convenient for you. The application process is quick and easy, and upon approval, we can even send you the documents to sign electronically. The money can then be deposited in your account within 10 minutes. Call CSCU today. Member NCUA, all loans subject to credit approval. Membership eligibility required.
Whataburger's new spicy chicken sandwich isn't covered in any fiery sauces or crazy hot toppings. Just cool, fresh-cut veggies and mayo to tame the heat. So, where then does the spice come from? Well, the all-white meat chicken is marinated and then fried to a tender crisp. So really, this spice comes from within. Good thing there's the new limited-time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
We're back from the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth. Moments ago, a drive for Huntsville that started on their own 15. 85 yards later, a 29-yard pass from A.J. Wilson to Cam Cole. Your score 35-0. That's your on-the-move physical therapy and wellness scoring drive recap. Kick here from Avalar from left to right, fielded at the 10-yard line. And running over to the right side is Parker Williams. Parker Williams dropped, though, back at the 22-yard line. Fulshear's got their work cut out for them, trailing 35-0 with 1:18 remaining here in the city of Huntsville third quarter.
They really do. They've got to figure out a way to put some points on the board. They've had some success rolling edge out on the corners, throwing some, little 10 to 12-yard out routes. I'd see them going back to that. That's the only thing I've seen that's really worked for them tonight.
Had the moon there on the video shot just a few moments ago. It was a blood moon earlier. It's brightened up, but what a big moon it is just in front of us as we're high up here at the press box at Mustang Stadium on the 50. Fulshear again starting this. It is their 10th possession of the night. They'll start from their own 22-yard line and a handoff here. And a little bit of daylight up to the 28-yard line.
Nice little run there. I mean, that's, that gives them some breathing room. It's going to be second down and short, try to move the chains, and they're having a little bit of success here.
So a 6-yard carry brings up second down and 4 for the Chargers. Well, again, if you're listening tonight, we'd love to hear from you. The Hornet Nation Broadcast Network fan line is open, 512-522-9105. You can text us, 512-522-9105. Edge will hand off to his back, ping-ponging his way over to the right side. Oh, leaped up over a defender and upended. Man, that is a dangerous play there by Kenya Walton. Oh, my goodness.
Man, alive. This Hornet defense, they love to hit, and, man, they've been doing it tonight.
Oh, man. Got upended over there. We'll look at it here on the Walker County Federal Credit Union instant replay. As you just see, bouncing over to that right side, it was Walton, and Walton decided to leap, and he had to pay for it.
Boy, he did, for sure.
You can't leap against these Hornets. Remember, Hornets fly around. They'll come down and sting you.
Well, what's so exciting is I know some of these old-school ex-Hornet football players love to see this.
That they do, Brian. That's the end of the third. 35-0. Your Hornets leading. We'll step aside and take a break. Fourth quarter coming up here on the all-new Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Whether you're heading to the deer lease or hitting the road for a holiday trip, Bill Fick Ford in Huntsville has the vehicle for you. From the complete line of Ford F-150, 250, and 350 Super Duty trucks to fuel-efficient Ford sedans and SUVs, you'll find the best selection at Bill Fick Ford. And at Bill Fick Ford, there's no bull, just good deals. The Ficks would also like to thank everyone for your friendship and your business. Bill Fick Ford, I-45 South in Huntsville, or online at BillFickFord.com. Nationwide delivery is free.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas from Adams Furniture. That's right, folks. It's Christmas time. We're having a huge Christmas sale. How about a Lazy Boy? $3.99 for a recliner, $4.99, $5.99. They're all in stock, ready for immediate delivery. Listen, come in right now. We have a big mattress sale going on. We're the largest mattress dealer in Huntsville. How about Tempur-Pedic? How about Sealy? Listen, we also have a bed. You buy the queen-size mattress, we'll give you an adjustable base for free. Remember, that's Adams Furniture at 75 North and 10th Street, or shop online at shop@adams.com.
Back in action here as we start the Dacre Abbey Realty fourth quarter. A pass over the right side, bouncing around, and the Hornets swarm him defense. Got him there on the right side, but it was enough for a first down up to the 34-yard line. Good way to hold on to the ball there for the Chargers. They will get the first down.
Yeah, that tackle there by the Hornets, Ty Matthews, great tackle. Nice pass, though. Again, they're having some success with these little dump-off passes, and they're moving the chains.
Again, we are in the Dacre Abbey Realty fourth quarter. Bring home a Hornets win. Bring it home with Dacre Abbey Realty. Appreciate Dacre and all she does in the Huntsville community, also serving as a city councilwoman. Appreciate her dedication and commitment to the Huntsville community. So first down and 10 here for Fulshear from their own 34. Edge will hand off, and the Swarmham defense says, you're not getting through us, man. Bring them out. And that's a loss of 1 on the play back to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, there were 4 Hornets, maybe 5 in on that tackle. And you're right. This is the Hornets are famous for that swarm defense, and, man, they've been doing it all night here.
Walton was the ball carrier. It was a 1-yard loss, second down and 11 from the 33-yard line. Ball resting near the right hash mark. Just underway here in the Daiquiri Abbey Realty fourth quarter. 10:40 remaining. Fulshear trailing. They've got the ball 35-0. Edge in the gun. Standing on his own 27, low snap. Pressure coming, rolling to the right. Pass over to the right in the flat, has his receiver. It's caught, bouncing through defenders. Not much, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage for Parker Williams.
Cody McLaren in on the tackle for the Hornets. Again, Cody's had a great year this year. Great open field tackle right there.
And that brings up third down.
A third down here for the Hornets, or beg your pardon, for Fulshear. Got some new players out there just a few moments ago for Huntsville. They may have some of their second stringers now out there playing on the defensive side. As, Brian, we've got a few changes out there up on that front, actually. Taking a look, it's unfortunately don't have some of those numbers. Beg your pardon for that. I want to give these guys credit. I just don't have their number. Regardless here, third down and 11. And the whistle blows here. The official facing, it looked like it was a timeout by Fulshear.
Well, I see number 59, Tyler Lutchek, out there on the defensive line, and I'm glad to see some of these players that don't get to play a whole lot getting out there and getting some experience, because when you go into the playoffs, you need everybody ready to go at any given play.
We'll step aside for 30 Beg your pardon. We'll step aside for 30. Brian's up here choking me up tonight. I mean, yeah, Brian, we'll step aside for 30 seconds. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Hey, how are y'all? This is Daiquiri Beebe with Abbey Realty. Communication is key when it comes to a successful real estate transaction. Putting my clients first and helping them through the entire process is my passion. I know the neighborhoods in our community and those who live in them. I serve and volunteer with numerous organizations because I value Huntsville. You may have seen the I Heart Huntsville interviews or read my articles in the paper. I'm Daiquiri Beebe with Abbey Realty, and I'd be honored to be your next real estate professional. Sting 'em, Hornets!
All right, back in action here. 9:45 remaining in the Daiquiri Beebe Abbey Realty fourth quarter. Robert Lindemann joining us, too. He sent a message earlier. Shout out to Robert. Thank you for watching tonight. Fulshear here. Left side pass. This one up. It's through the hands and incomplete on the play. The intended receiver incomplete around the 30-yard line. It was Jax Badika.
Well, Ethan Miner there on the defense, and, boy, he almost had him a nice interception. Looks like Fulshear's probably going to boot the ball away here.
Seth Curl still out there on the defensive side of things. Cody McLaren out there as well. Just a couple of changes. Bun Shelley, we called him earlier. He had a nice,
Bun Shelley,
very nice sack earlier. Fulshear will have to punt this one away. There's a flag out there, Brian. I don't know if Huntsville got off the field fast enough.
Wow.
Dropped here by Tank at the 20. Fulshear will pick it up and slam down at the 11-yard line. It was a fumble on the play by Tank White. And Fulshear recovered. There is a flag back at the 35, but, Brian, I think that may go against the Huntsville Hornets.
Well, that's unfortunate. What a booming punt there by the punter for Fulshear. And, boy, it was difficult for Tank to hang on to it. And, man, Fulshear's in good shape if that penalty goes against Huntsville.
Yeah, because I thought that Huntsville had 12 on the field. One of their defensive players was trying to get off the field. He was still on it as they snapped that ball. So they'll pick up the flag and wave it off, and Fulshear in great field position here as they will continue this drive, Brian, after the mishandled punt by Tank White. They've got the ball all the way up now on the Huntsville Hornet 13-yard line. They've been in this position a couple of times tonight. The defense has been able to hold. We'll see if they can do it here.
Well, I was thinking the same thing. Huntsville defense has been in this situation quite a few times this year and have always held them, and we'll see. They're trying to keep this shutout alive. And we're fixing to find out.
Well, you know what? Huntsville Hornets here trying to hold on for the donuts.
Donuts.
They get the donuts if they get the shutout, but 9:26 to go in this ball game. Fulshear after the mishandled punt by Tank White. Fulshear in great position here on the 13-yard line. Oh, man, again, Huntsville comes across the line on defense. Pass over left side, broken, that's intercepted. It's intercepted by the Hornets, Brian, but we'll see if this one's coming back. Over the right side, it's Daylight. A return down on the right side of the field. Huntsville has room to run across the 40, 10, 5. That's a 100-yard return by Ethan Miner, but, Brian, I think this one may be coming back. That's a 100-yard return by Miner.
Unbelievable. That is 3 that are going to be called back. That were pick sixes. Oh, man.
And Brian, that one has to be in the record books if it wouldn't have been a penalty. 100 yards by Minor. He got it back there. That may have been 102 yards. He got it in the end zone.
Unfortunate. Boy, I went to school with his dad, Pete, and I know Pete's just, oh, my goodness.
That is the third time tonight that a touchdown has came back for the Hornets. Unbelievable.
Boy, I know Coach Southern is really, he's upset, I can promise you that, and he's going to let these Hornets know about it. That was a huge, huge mistake there.
35-0 your score. Huntsville leading. The officials are still talking things over here. We know it's already coming back, though. They've already got it back on the side of the field for Lamar Fulshear. And Fulshear here, a little bit of life. Trailing 35-0, Brian, you don't count them out. These young men want to get out here and score a touchdown. They don't want the Hornets to get any donuts.
Oh, well, no doubt about it. I mean, you want to put points on the board. You definitely don't want to get shut out. But that right there, that's a mistake that the Hornets somehow they got to correct it. They've had too many of these kind of mistakes tonight, and it's cost them a minimum of 21 points.
There's offsides too, and it's 1st down and 5 now. They get the 1st down at the 4-yard line. Fulshear with it. Low snap, Minor, flags fly. This is going to be a false start against Fulshear. So if you get the false start here, can you just go back and then say, hey, let's go ahead and accept that return, Brian? You can't do that.
Yeah. Well, if they could, they would. For sure.
Text message coming in a little bit earlier. Go Hornets. We came to win. Love y'all, Hornets from Huntsville, Texas. Go Tink. Appreciate you joining us here tonight as we will get to some more of these messages as the night goes on. I want to thank everybody for joining us here. We are in the Daiquiri BB Abbey Realty 4th quarter. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Brian Adams here in the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth. JV linebacker Tyler Pomeroy, number 18, great season. How about the season for the junior varsity team as well?
Oh, just an incredible season.
1st and 10. Fulshear over to the right side. Dumps this one off. It's caught at the 10-yard line. Trying to wiggle in between defenders, and it'll be caught at the 10-yard line. It'll stay at the 10-yard line.
Pass complete to Parker Williams.
Parker Williams immediately stopped after he slinged through a couple of defenders, but didn't go anywhere north after the catch. Brings up 2nd down. He got about 2 on it. 2nd down and 8 coming up at the 10-yard line.
Well, this is where the Hornet defense has been super tough all year long in the red zone. And, that field just shortens up, and you got this very talented front four for Hornets. And, man, they've been giving opponents fits all year.
It's either 7 or 8. It's hard to see from that side. The official scoreboard says 2nd and 7. I believe it's 2nd down and 8 here. Low snap, edge. Pressure coming, slam! That's Slamsville, baby! Another Hartfield Flores sack.
Quarterback sack by Quasarian Riles.
Q Riles getting in on the action tonight.
Q Riles coming in from his defensive end spot, and Edge, it's been a long night for that young man.
Oh, Huntsville, it just brings it game in and game out. Riles was back there. He's credited with the sack. Another Whataburger, what a play candidate there. 3rd down and a long, call it 13, Brian. 3rd and 13 for Fulshear. This Hornets plays very tough once you get inside the red zone against this defense. Whistle here. Was there a flag, Brian?
Well, it looks like it. I think it's
Maybe
false start.
False start against the offense.
Yep.
And that's balls going back more. Brian, that you get down. Fulshear got down there, and now they're committing the penalties. 35-0 your score, 7:31 remaining here in the Daiquiri BB Abbey Realty 4th quarter. Again, thanks for joining us here tonight in Madisonville, Texas. Brian, as soon as we get done, I got to head back to Central Texas. We got a big event kicking off for 8 hours or 12 hours tomorrow, and then we got to be in Austin, Texas at 7 a.m. So this is going to be a whirlwind of a weekend, my friend. Here on 3rd down and long. Edge over the left side. This one up. It is caught for the touchdown. No, yes, it was, Brian. It was caught for the touchdown. 23 yards and no donuts for Huntsville.
Well, with some of the penalties tonight, they really don't deserve the donuts. And that was all that all happened on that miscue on the punt return. And, and some of the penalties that have gone with it tonight. So, again, Fulshear gets off the board there.
Well, the extra point kick coming up here for Fulshear. Finally getting on the board tonight, trailing 35-6 with 7:17 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Williams, this extra point is blocked on the play by the special teams.
Well, guess who? 99.
99.
Extra point blocked by Ed
We'll step aside and take a break for 30 seconds. 7:17 remaining. Huntsville will get it when we come back. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Huntsville Hornets.
Hey, how are y'all? This is Daiquiri Beebe with Abbey Realty. Communication is key when it comes to a successful real estate transaction. Putting my clients first and helping them through the entire process is my passion. I know the neighborhoods in our community and those who live in them. I serve and volunteer with numerous organizations because I value Huntsville. You may have seen the I Heart Huntsville interviews or read my articles in the paper. I'm Daiquiri Beebe with Abbey Realty, and I'd be honored to be your next real estate professional. Sting 'em Hornets!
Welcome back, friends. 7:17 remaining here in the Daiquiri Beebe Abbey Realty fourth quarter. Rob Hipp alongside the former, not only the former Bearcat quarterback, how about the former Huntsville Hornet quarterback about 65, 70 years ago.
At least.
Brian, I'm just kidding. Brian Adams.
Hey, I tell you, it feels like it every morning I wake up.
Oh, my goodness. Brian, good. Man, I got to tell you, what a blessing to be up here with you, man. I appreciate all that you do, and I know we talked about our crew, but I don't tell you enough. You do a great job, and thanks for being up here, man. Couldn't do it without you, my friend.
Well, this has been just an absolute blast this year, Rob, and you know what, man, I'm excited for these Hornets. Hey, I want to give a quick shout-out to an old ex-Hornet athlete, John Schindler. Thanks, John, for listening. Appreciate that.
Kick back here, fielded at the 20 of the backfield by the Hornets. Lowering his shoulder, powering across the 35-yard line. The returnman on the play, none other than Tank White.
Tank White making up for that mishap on the punt return earlier. And the Hornets, you know what, they're going to go into the first round of the playoffs with some pretty good momentum, Rob.
Yeah, some good momentum, but definitely some things to clean up here after this ball game.
No question about it. They've got to clean up some of these penalties, and they need to work on that punting game. And they've got to have a sense of urgency when they're back to punt.
35-6, Hornets in the front seat here. 7:13 remaining in the fourth quarter. Brought to you by Daiquiri Beebe Abbey Realty. And a whistle here, and we may have a timeout called by the Hornets. We do. We'll step aside. We'll take it with them for 30 seconds. Hornet football comes back when we return on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Fat Boys Pizza, chicken bacon ranch, buffalo chicken, barbecue chicken, margarita chicken. Oh man, it's so good. Loaded baked potato pizza? Yeah, Fat Boys Pizza. You've never tasted pizza this good? Get out of your comfort box and tease those taste buds. Fat Boys Pizza in Riverside. Try those delicious wings. Or how about the Fat Boys Delight dessert with butter, cinnamon, sugar, and cream? Check out Facebook.com/Fat Boys Pizza Trailer. Or make the short drive up 19 in Riverside. Fat Boys Pizza proudly supports the Hornets. Sting 'em!
All right, friends, welcome back. 7:13 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Brian, been a fun one so far. 35-6, Hornets in the lead.
No question about it. And one of the good things tonight is this defense. You know, we talk about them all year long, and they've spread the wealth. Everybody has been out there tonight making plays, making big hits, and, man, they are fun to watch.
Cam Cole will come back in here as quarterback, lining up under center for your Hornets. See the Hornet Military Marching Band over there on your video screen. On a first down from their own 36. Handoff in the backfield, pushing his way forward across the 40 to the 44-yard line. The ball carrier on that play. Well, I'm trying to see Matt Long. Matt Long got the carry on. That's why I was sitting there thinking, who is that? It's Matt Long. Boy, he picks up 8, second down and 2.
Want to give a quick shout-out to Virgil McAdams, one of the ex-Hornets on the 1980 state championship team. Virgil, thanks for listening. We appreciate it, old friend.
Oh, he was on that team with Bobby Grisham then, I believe. Is that or Bobby Grisham coached
That was way
back. I actually talked to Bobby. I should know better than that. Handoff here on a 2nd down and 2 and a stop in the backfield. I was talking about the Grisham family. I had a chance to talk to Bobby, actually, and that was way before the 80 team. I thought you said a year way before that, Brian.
Yeah, it was like, what, 50?
Yeah, in the 50s.
Yeah, 53 maybe, 57, 53.
And I actually recorded that interview, and one of these days we'll have a Hornet special that we'll play, and I'd like to play that interview. I actually got to sit down with Bobby for about an hour and a half when I first moved officially here to Huntsville before this season started back in July, and just to enjoy the Grisham family. Sydney, if you're out there listening, Sydney was one of the first to call me and welcome me to the Huntsville community as well, so I appreciate the Grisham family. Tommy as well, wonderful family here in the community. 3rd down and a short 2 on the right hash mark. Cam Cole, handoff, slammed in the backfield, not going to get the first down, Brian. Boy, that can't even bring down that Hornet, though. If Matt Long can't go down.
Oh, Matt Long, he's a big old boy, and, yeah, you're not going to bring him down.
So the Hornets will have to punt this one away, leading again 35-6 with 5:31 to go. Clock stopped here in the Daiquiri BB Abbey Realty 4th quarter. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. One final time, a call for text messages. If you'd like to send a shout-out, we'd like to hear from you. This is the last opportunity before this broadcast will end. You can text us at 512-522-9105. Again, it's 512-522-9105. Bubba and Tammy in Huntsville watching the game. Appreciate them. Punt up on the way. Fielded, fair caught at the 28-yard line. We'll keep things right here, Brian.
Well, we got a couple more sponsors. I would like to thank Ironworks Health Club. Make fitness a part of your life in Wiesner, Huntsville, home of the Bottom Line, Huntsville Independent School District. Focus for our children's unlimited success and Whataburger. Introducing the new limited-time Hatch Green Chili Bacon Burger, only at Whataburger.
Appreciate Whataburger this year as well. A lot of great partners throughout Huntsville helping to make these broadcasts possible and to help keep them free to the community. We couldn't do it without the support. That's something I wanted to mention because a lot of these video broadcasts, you got to pay for them.
Right.
We have so much support from the Huntsville community. Because of these business partners, we're able to provide it free of charge. 1st down and 10 here for Fulshear after the punt. They've got it from their own 28-yard line. Not much on that run back to the original line of scrimmage.
Again, Rob, it is fun to see some of these guys that don't get to play as often as these starters getting some time out there. That is critical going into the playoffs. Having your people knock the rust off, get out there, get some hits, make some good stops, some big plays, things like that, because you need everybody going into the playoffs.
Cam Cole's playing both sides of the field. He's out there as a quarterback here on this one, Brian.
Well, he's quarterback, wide receiver, defensive back.
Whatever. That's that whatever position. You do whatever. All right, 2nd down and 10 here for Fulshear, trailing 35-6. Edge passes over, has his man on the left side across the 35. Flag flies, upended before the 1st down marker. We'll see what this penalty flag is. The McMichael family checking in earlier, saying let's go. Also a shout-out to the band, saying percussion rules. Saying I play in the band and love to hear them rock that build. Best band ever. Couldn't agree more. Thank you for that message moments ago. Brian, some other ones coming in here.
Well, great job, Jordan Woodbury. Looks like from Mama.
Always. You know what? There's always a good mama out there.
Yeah,
man.
Absolutely.
I want to shout out to Big Mama, by the way. That's my neighbor. She said, you just call me Big Mama, lives right below me, and I give her shout-outs once in a while. I told her, I said, I love you, Big Mama. And so I want to give a shout-out to Big Mama tonight. We love you, and thank you for you and your family.
Do me a favor, tell Big Mama I said hello.
Stingham Hornets from D. Watson. Thanks for joining us. Hey, check this out, Brian. Got another one coming in there.
Congrats to the Hornets for an awesome season. Thanks for all the excitement, and thanks to you, Rob and Brian, for an amazing job bringing every play to us. Slamsville, baby.
That from Dave Donahue, General Manager at KSAM. Appreciate you, Dave, and thanks for big contributions and all that you do and helping to make this. We couldn't do it without Dave. We wouldn't be doing video if it wasn't for Dave this year.
We surely appreciate that, Dave, no doubt.
3rd down after the run was stopped moments ago back at the 23-yard line. Fulshear here, the drive trying to keep it alive, but they're backed up all the way, Brian, here. 3rd down and 16 coming up.
Rob, the 4th quarter is ticking away. We're sitting at 3 minutes and 24 seconds left in the regular season for the Hornets.
Edge here, one clap, rolls out to the right, looking, passing over to the right side, and again it's caught out of bounds. Boy, every one of those tonight has just been tough. He connected on that touchdown earlier, but another pass here to Zach Cody, just those timing is a little bit off, and it's always out of bounds.
Well, it looks like Jackson Edge is limping just a little bit, and, I'm really not surprised. I mean, he's had a Hornet in his face all night long, and he has done just a tremendous job, having to deal with that.
Yeah, and that young man, your heart goes out to all these seniors, too, tonight.
No
for
doubt.
Fulshear, this is the last game that they'll play as a senior in high school, and that's always something special, Brian.
No question.
Punt here by Fulshear. From just inside their own 10, snap on its way. Oh, it's blocked! The Hornets have it, and that's a touchdown! Oh, what a play by the Huntsville Hornets! We missed it.
Punt blocked and recovered in the end zone by Keyshawn Mayer.
Keyshawn Mayer.
That's a couple of times we called that young man's name tonight. Huge block, punt, and touchdown.
Oh, man, that happened so fast. I think we missed it on the camera, unfortunately.
I mean, if you blinked, you missed it. It happened so fast.
It happened so quick. Mayor, there's a new mayor in town. Vote for that young man.
Well, he has had a heck of a game tonight. I mean, he's been on several big plays, but none bigger than that.
He just went rip right through it, said, get it out of here. Boy, how about that for a trophy case touchdown? Another defensive touchdown here.
Telling you, Hornets got weapons everywhere.
And the MRC Creekside extra point on its way and good. That touchdown brought to you by Trophy Case, your destination for awards, custom gifts, apparel, and much more. Get your Hornet Spirit gear at the Trophy Case. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
If you're a credit union member, did you also know it means you're one of the owners? I'm Karen Denman, Senior Loan Officer at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and I'm an owner too. Membership in our credit union provides you all the things you want and expect from a financial institution. But there are two things I hear from our members that they appreciate most. Our low rates on loans, of course, but also the personal friendly service we provide. Come see us today at Walker County Federal Credit Union on Normal Park Drive. Member NCUA.
Well, we just got word up here in the booth that it's Keyshawn Mayer's birthday. So if that's the case, happy birthday, and what a birthday trick that is. What a treat right there, boy.
Happy birthday,
let's
right?
Take a punt return for a touchdown any day, man. Pass up on the cake, baby. And pass up the donuts. Just give me a punt return, a punt block for a touchdown. Happy birthday, Mr. Mays.
Oh,
Mr.
man,
Mayer.
That's terrific. I mean, what a birthday present to get right there.
Great one there moments ago. We saw it. I'll play it one more time on the Walker County Federal Credit Union Instant Replay. Keyshawn Mayers, the senior defensive lineman. Boy, just get that out of there, man. 42-6 your score. Huntsville in the lead. 3:04 remaining here in the Daiquiri BB Abbey Realty fourth quarter. Thanks for joining us. Rob Hipp, Brian Adams up here in the broadcast booth. A block punt return about 10 yards or so. That is your on-the-move physical therapy and wellness scoring drive recap. Here's the Climatech Secure Storage kickoff. A short one dropped at the 19-yard line on the right side and immediately pushed out of bounds. A hard return there. You got to pay for it when you go up against these Hornets. It was to Hayden Graham.
On the return for the Chargers, pushed out of bounds at the 24-yard
So the 12th possession of the night here for the Fulshear Chargers. They'll start this one, Brian, on their own 34, moving from left to right.
Well, the Bobino brothers are getting a break tonight. They're going to sit and watch the rest of this ballgame from the sidelines, kind of get rested up for next week, along with a lot of other Hornets. Again, Rob, we got several Hornets out there getting to play a lot of snaps tonight, and I like to see that.
Josh Criswell been on the sidelines with us all evening. Josh, do we have any implications as of now about what any playoff matchups may be next week?
Yeah, we do. Actually, as it turns out, with Nacogdoches leading Marshall at the moment, they're currently in position to play Huntsville here next Friday. The winner of that game is going to take it, and last I checked, Nacogdoches had a 2-touchdown lead, so we could be looking at a little bit of a baby battle of the Piney Woods in that first round of the playoffs.
Bring it.
You got it, man. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, we didn't have the battle of the Piney Woods this year, but let's bring it at the high school level.
No doubt.
How about that? We'll have the call next week. We don't know if it's going to be video yet or not. We won't know that until sometime next week.
Well, we sure hope there is. But
and I want to say something, Brian, and I'm just going to say this, that, these kids deserve to have their own hometown broadcast. And that is a final now, so we will face Nacogdoches, according to Josh. That's final. Fulshear here on the run over to the right side. I wanted to say something, Brian, just briefly here for a moment, if I may. These kids deserve to have a hometown broadcast, and we want to make sure that we can do whatever we can to cover our kids. Now, like I always say, we're very mindful of the visiting team. But just in my opinion, I think at least all the way up until the state championship, we should be allowed to do video. The school should have that decision, but we don't have control over that, and maybe one day those things will change. So, again, we don't know if we're going to be able to do video next week or not. And if we don't, that's out of our control, and right. we can't control that.
Sure.
Second down and 10 here for Fulshear. Handoff over on the 20 to the right side. And spinning around. Slamsville, baby. Smackville, whateverville.
Hitsville. Swarm.
Another big hit there at the 25-yard line. If you want 1 yard, that's a tough 1 yard to get, Brian.
Well, it's been tough on Fulshear all night long offensively. And, this defense, again, we talk about them, man, arguably one of the best in the state of Texas, if not the best. And they've been proving that night after night, opponent after opponent. They are just so tough to play against.
Shout out to Q Riles. Great job, Huntsville Hornet, from Kimbo and Amanda. Thank you for joining us tonight, as always, and for your messages. We appreciate those. Cam Cole from your Uncle Scooby watching. Hey, Uncle Scooby, how you doing? Thanks for texting us. Third down and 9 here for Fulshear. Handoff on the left side, and the Huntsville Hornets stopping them again. Only a gain of about 2 or 3 on the play. The ball carrier there on that was Kenya Walton on the run. 1:27, clock ticking. Fourth down here for Fulshear, backed up way in their own territory, trailing 42-6. As they'll try one more play here to move the chains.
Well, Rob, the Hornets came in and did what they had to do. They had to close the deal. They did that. They went the regular season undefeated, and now they're going to go into the playoffs. And obviously, as you said, they're going to be against Nacogdoches. We're going to have our own little battle of the Piney Woods. It is going to be exciting.
Fourth down and long here. Handoff, and the Hornet defense swarming them and stopping them. A turnover on downs. Credit this defense. Boy, they thought they had a strip there as the Hornets were running through that one. And, Brian, I got to get an updated roster. The last roster I have, unfortunately, does not have some of these numbers on it. I believe that we'll get that updated, of course, for the playoffs. 42-6 your score. Turnover on downs. The Hornets will have it for the 11th time tonight. Make sure that you stay with us after this broadcast as well, because, of course, we'll have interviews with head coach after this one. I want to thank everybody for joining us here. 47 seconds remaining. The Hornets should be able just to knee this one away here. I wouldn't expect Fulshear to try to stop anything. That is what they'll line up in the victory formation. Justin Butcher will protect the ball way out there at the 50. He's cold out there. He's not near the warmth of his teammates. He's out there at the 50-yard line saying, come on, guys, take a knee quickly. They're going to take 2 of them here. First knee is on its way. That's A.J. Wilson out there taking the final 2 knees. Give Cam Cole credit for coming in for A.J. tonight. A.J. a little stinger of an injury, but he was able to come out there. Brian, that's a breath of relief because you don't want to lose A.J. He has had just a phenomenal year. He's grown every game, and that's your leader on the team as a junior. He's been able to lead this team.
No question about it, and done a terrific job. But, again, Cam Cole came in there, did an amazing job in A.J.'s absence. But you're right. I'm glad to see A.J. back out there. What a season for the Huntsville Hornets.
And, I kind of respect that there as the coaching, some of the staff down there may have been telling some of the fans, like, don't cheer yet, let the clock run down. I think I have a respect for Fulshear there. I like seeing that. Good sportsmanship in this community. But that clock will run down, and your Huntsville Hornets undefeated, finishing up the season, on to playoffs next week. We'll step aside. We'll take a quick break. We've got interviews and more coming up as this is a final 42-6. Again, we'll step aside for a few moments. When we come back, we will start the AB Squared Self-Storage Facility post-game wrap-up. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval.
My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder.
First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
Huntsville ISD is the best place for children to be. We offer a full-day pre-K center to advanced career and college options, along with a variety of extracurricular activities and award-winning fine arts, band and athletics programs, an excellent child nutrition and bus transportation services, bilingual ESL and GT programs, special education services, and a career and technical education program that provides multiple certification and licensing options for students. Visit huntsville-isd.org. It's a great day to be a Hornet. We're building champions, everyone, every day.
The holiday season is here, and that means Wiesner of Huntsville's holiday savings event is too. Come check out these great deals at Wiesner of Huntsville, like a Chevy Traverse for only $25,345, or a Chevy half-ton crew cab for only $28,986. Want something a little smaller? Get a 2020 Chevy Equinox for $20,986, or a Chevy Trax for $16,986. These deals won't last long, so hurry down for Wiesner of Huntsville's holiday savings event, or shop us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com.
Whataburger's new spicy chicken sandwich isn't covered in any fiery sauces or crazy hot toppings. Just cool, fresh-cut veggies and mayo to tame the heat. So, where then does the spice come from? Well, the all-white meat chicken is marinated and then fried to a tender crisp. So really, this spice comes from within. Good thing there's the new limited-time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
You're listening to the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. KSAM Huntsville is 101.7 KSAM. It's the Hornets postgame show brought to you by 80 Squared Self-Storage. Let's head back to the stadium with Rob and Brian for the wrap-up of tonight's game on 101.7 KSAM.
All right, welcome back as the 2020 district champ Huntsville Hornets down there. They won the district last week, but the team down there with Coach Southern holding up the banner. Boy, what a sight. What a season so far for these Hornets. And, Brian, we can say it's just getting started.
Just getting started. What an impressive season by the Huntsville Hornets. Going undefeated. Unbelievable. What a game tonight here in Madisonville against Fulshear. Just, oh, my goodness, the Hornets are on a roll. They're going to go into the first round of the playoffs next week. Right here against Nacogdoches. It ought to be crazy.
Boy, I wonder if we can go borrow that. You know, we need to make a battle of the Piney, mini battle of the Piney Woods.
I agree,
you know?
man. I love it.
Boy, yeah. I wish that we could have this game at NRG as Tony Kulak heading out. We appreciate Tony. What a fine job he does as public address announcer. Great to have him back tonight. I wish that we could play that one at NRG and just kind of have a little Battle of the Piney Woods High School edition, Brian.
Well, even better, we're going to have it right here.
Yep.
You know what? And it is going to be a whale of a ball game. I want everybody that can come out, support your Hornets. If you can't, listen to it on the radio or possibly on YouTube, whatever. But I tell you, this Hornet team is for real.
What a game tonight. Hornets taking care of business here, but a lot of things to take away, and I'm sure Coach will talk about this. A lot of penalties tonight, Brian. I believe at least 3 touchdowns that came back on penalties. 2 of those were defensive touchdowns.
Yeah, no, there was 3, and there was a 100-plus yard Ethan Minor pick 6 that came back on a penalty. And, man, that is a heartbreaker. You cannot afford that kind of thing in the playoffs because now you're going to start playing teams that are rock solid, and they will take advantage of any mistake that you make.
Well, the kid's still down there, a moment to bask in this. And, Brian, I wanted to say real quick, you know, we're excited for Huntsville, absolutely. But to all those seniors, and now across the way, the seniors of Fulshear getting a final picture here tonight, your heart goes out to them and that community and those seniors tonight for Fulshear. Putting up a good fight tonight. Dylan, we'll say thanks to him. Dylan Hudson, Javion Jones, Tosin Ogana, Jackson Edge, the quarterback. He had a great night tonight against this tough defense. Braden Lehrer was out there. Zach Cody, a senior. Hayden Graham. Toby Tuola out there as well. Josiah Dade. Brett Farrow. And a few more here. Jalen Charles. David Cardenas. Cody Ard. Nigel Roach. John Jones. And last but certainly not least, Jackson Doyle. Those are the departing seniors from Lamar Fulshear. Just wanted to give those kids a shout out tonight because this is their senior year.
No question about it. And the real tough thing is when your football career is over, it's over. And there's no coming back. And bless their hearts, those guys that they have been practicing since they were little kids. and playing, as little kids, and my hat's off to them.
TJ down there with some great shots in front of that district champ sign, as you can see it on your video screen. For those of you listening on the radio, of course can't see that. You can go back and watch it on KSAM1017.com. We'll leave it up for a while. We may end up taking down these videos for the playoffs. I don't know yet. Sometimes that we're asked to take those down, but we will see. And hopefully again next week we'll see if we can get video. I'd certainly love to. But if not, we'll have the call on audio, and we will continue to bring that same energy and passion to these games. We love these kids, and it's such a blessing to be able to witness these kids this year, as it is every year, but especially this year, Brian.
To be a Huntsville Hornet is special, and it doesn't matter if you're a basketball player, softball player, GG, cheerleader, band member, whatever it is. To be a Huntsville Hornet at whatever age or anything, it is a special thing to be a part of. And these young men tonight, again, they did such a heck of a job, got that gold football, and we just we're so proud of them.
Absolutely. Well, the goal football is resting down there. We'll try to get a shot of that here in just a little bit as we got it there on the camera screen. Look at that, Brian. The gold football resting right there. It says Huntsville Hornet Football 2020 District 10 5A champions, and hopefully we'll see a whole trophy case of those starting to build up here in this postseason run.
Well, the fun thing about Huntsville, it is a storied program, and it goes way back. And in that field house, there are a ton of gold footballs. And we're going to add another one tonight and hopefully add several more in this season.
Well, Coach is still down there talking to his kids. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll try to get some interviews. Stay with us. The Huntsville Hornets undefeated to close out the regular season. We'll be right back. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
AB Square Self-Storage is your local go-to self-storage facility that can help give you the extra space you need. From non-climate and climate-controlled storage to parking spaces for your car, boat, trailer, and RV, they've got it all. AB Square Self-Storage has 24-hour computerized gate access, around-the-clock security camera monitoring, no long-term lease commitment, and convenient payment options. Give them a call today at 936-755-5000 or reserve your space online at www.ab2selfstorage.com. AB Square Self-Storage is a proud sponsor of Huntsville Hornet football. Sting 'em Hornets.
First Financial Bank knows how important a person's vehicle can be.
My SUV is perfect for taking clients to properties and me to the golf course.
My pickup hauls work supplies all week and the family on weekends.
My hybrid helps the environment and my fuel bill.
If you're ready for a new vehicle, talk to First Financial. We offer loans at competitive rates with fast local approval.
My 4x4 works hard, but plays even harder.
First Financial Bank. You first. Member FDIC.
All right, we're back live here. Post-game wrap-up brought to you by our friends at AB Squared Self-Storage Facility in Madisonville, Texas at Mustang Stadium. Tonight, the Huntsville Hornets taking care of business, closing out the regular season undefeated, Brian. A 9-0 through some adversity this year because of COVID, but able to hold on here and that's a tough feat to go undefeated in high school football.
No question about it, and the great thing about this team is they're a family. And that's how it is when you play Huntsville football. You are a family. And these guys, they run together, they practice together, they play together, they win together, they do everything together. And that is a mark of a good bunch of kids, and that's what this team has.
Josh Criswell is down there. We'll go down to Josh here in just a little bit as Coach Southern quickly talking with some other folks down there. But my goodness, what a game tonight. What a season. Huntsville got a lot to work on, though, heading into the playoffs. They're going to be facing a very tough Nacogdoches team. We will go down now to Josh Criswell with the winning coach, Rodney Southern. Josh, down to you.
Joined right now by Huntsville head coach Rodney Southern. Coach, accomplished a lot of things so far during your Huntsville Hornet career, but for the first time ever, ending the regular season undefeated, heading into the playoffs. What's the thing that's made you most proud about the coach in this particular group of guys?
Well, probably the fact we were actually looking at it today. You know, we started back strength and conditioning and skills where we were doing an hour's worth of skills on August 3rd, and it's December 4th or whatever it is now. That's a long time. And the fact that every opponent that was put in front of us, we beat them. And in 19 years as a head coach, I've never finished a season, quote, perfect regular season. So that's exciting on a personal note. But probably the thing, other than the fact of the amount of time that we've put into this situation, is the fact that these kids get a little better every week. And if I told them to take off running right now, they'll take off running. They don't ask a lot of questions. And the fact that we had 34 seniors a year ago, and probably some people might have wrote us off a little bit, and that's okay, because I know what we've got and they know what we've got. So just the fact of having a special group of kids that understand that makes it easy to coach.
You talk about a lot of people wrote y'all off. It's no secret that was the case. Has that driven this team? It seems like every time I talk to these guys, they're driven by the fact that people sleep on them and they want to prove that they are among the best in the state of Texas.
Well, I think we're still, we're fighting a reputation that probably is years older than most of these kids, and it's not their fault, and they're proven without a shadow of a doubt that you can come in and discipline these kids, and you can grind on these kids, and they'll respond. And they've responded all year. They've responded to every challenge that right now that's been thrown at them. And there's going to be other things, and we'll respond to those things. But I'm probably proud just of the fact that this group, you got 3 sophomore O-linemen out there. You got guys that, we played everybody we had defensively right after the second quarter was over. So a lot of good things happening in Huntsville, Texas, and people are going to recognize it one way or the other.
Talk about a lot of your players growing. One of the things we saw tonight, A.J. Wilson had an amazing performance. 3 touchdowns, over 200 yards, most of that in the first half. What can you say about the way he's evolved as a quarterback and just an overall offensive threat, especially these last few weeks?
Well, I think the big thing with him is just confidence. You play a position that people don't understand how hard it is to play quarterback at any level. But with what we do and how we try to do it, we try to be, obviously as dimensional as we can. But, I think AJ's gotten better every week, and that's what you want. But we have a lot of other guys that have gotten better every week. But I think AJ's getting more confident, which is what you want.
Coach, that's all I got for you. We'll see you out here next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks. We got a couple other player interviews coming up. Just hang on a few moments for those.
It was good to hear head coach Rodney Southern down there. We're going to keep on the air here as we'll have a couple of these player interviews hopefully coming up here before too long. A lot of these kids standing around just relishing in this moment. Brian, what a fantastic season. But as we said, things just getting started as we'll have more information about that Nacogdoches game that is coming up before too long in the playoffs. And we've got a lot ahead of us here, and hopefully we can keep these goal footballs coming in as we continue here, Brian. But been a fun season so far tonight. A little bit of penalties. Some things they're going to have to work on. You know that coach is going to work with these kids very well and get them even more disciplined. They've improved every single week, and I expect them to continue to do that under head coach Rodney Southern and his fine staff.
This is a very well-coached football team from top to bottom, and there are going to be some things that they need to work on. Congratulations to the Hornets going undefeated. Enjoy this tonight. Enjoy this weekend. But the real season is fixing to start next week.
All right, we'll go back down to Josh Criswell. Josh, down with another interview. Down to you.
Joined right now by the birthday boy, Keyshawn Myers. Keyshawn had a couple of big plays tonight, but obviously biggest one right there at the end. You guys blocked that punt, and you picked it up in the end zone. Imagine that has to be your first career varsity touchdown. What was going through your head tonight during those big moments?
I was just trying to tee up for my birthday and execute the game perfectly. Our whole D-line was prepared for this game, and our coaches helped us do that a lot. And I was just doing my thing for my birthday, help the team.
That reaction I saw on the sideline was, I think, as excited as I've seen this football team all season long, which says a lot. What were your teammates and coaches saying to you there on the sideline?
That was just hyping me up, congratulating me, wishing me a happy birthday and everything, just being happy, all love my team.
Just, last question for you. Who you want to give a shout-out to tonight? Anyone out there you want to give thanks to, or just give a special shout-out on the radio?
My mom, my aunts are up there, my cousins, my sisters, my team, my coaches, everything. I love all of y'all.
All right, hey, we appreciate Keyshawn. We'll see you there next week, and maybe we can get that touchdown streak going. Yes, sir. All right. And we got A.J. Wilson coming on up here in just a few moments. Getting some very well-due congratulations, AJ. Congrats on the win. Went through a little bit of a setback. First got to ask, how's your leg feeling? Came out there, threw a deep touchdown pass. Seemed like you were doing all right there.
It's fine. Ice it and stuff like that.
Right. One of the things your coach talked about, your confidence, seems like it's grown leaps and bounds these past few weeks. We saw it out there today. 3 touchdown passes, picking the defense apart. You know, why is it you think that you've been able to grow so much in the passing game these past few weeks?
Because of our young O-line we have, they work hard every day, in and out in practice and stuff. They watch film and stuff, and they block pretty good tonight.
Undefeated regular season. What's kind of the mindset of this team heading into the playoffs? I imagine y'all aren't satisfied yet. I know y'all are very excited, but you know, how focused is this group as y'all head into your playoff opener?
We're very focused. We're ready to play NAC and get the W and go to the next round.
All right, one last question I got to ask you. Everyone on this team has been talking about state championship goals. What is it about this team that makes you believe that the Huntsville Hornets can make it all the way to Dallas to the state championship?
A defense, offense, and receivers. We all can do it. We all believe in ourselves. Believe in each other. We can make it to state, and we can do it.
All right, AJ, we appreciate it. Enjoy the win. I think everyone's celebrating right now. It might be kind of hard to track down those last couple interviews. So I think I'm going to send it back up to you guys and let the kids enjoy this one for the rest of the night.
You got it, Josh. Thanks. Great coverage out there tonight in the cold. Want to say thanks to that. TJ down there as well with the camera work. And just a great job tonight. Brian, final thoughts before we sign off here. Again, Huntsville victorious. They go undefeated on the season, and we'll face Nacogdoches next week right back here in Madisonville.
This is a very confident Huntsville Hornet football team. And I don't think, they play together as a family. They've got each other's back, and I'm excited that we get to call this. This is going to be just a lot of fun, Rob.
Well, we'll see how as this season goes on, and a lot of things happening here in Huntsville, Texas for these kids, and just excited about them. If you get a chance to come out and watch them, please come out and support this community. Again, fighting through COVID and so much to this season, and able to have this type of season with a lot of kids that were gone. You know, there are so many questions, so many. You and I even talked about it and said, you know, this team's got what it takes, but it's going to be an uphill battle. It has been an uphill battle, but they've worked very hard and they've earned every one of these wins day in, day out. The practices, Coach talks about how hard they work. Something that I want to say about Coach Rodney Southern, he told me, he said, I love these boys like they're my sons. I care for these kids. That is so important, and you know that has such a positive impact on these boys and these young men on this team.
Well, to add to that, every interview, every coach's show, anything like that, what do you hear these kids say? They thank a family member. They love the family, this and that. They always say they love the coaches. That is a powerful thing. The coaches love these kids too, and it is a culture. Huntsville Hornet football is a cultural thing, and it's about winning and playing by your brother. These guys are doing.
Well, Brian, again, we'll just quickly wrap up here as we are live from the Copeland Family Dentistry broadcast booth. Rob Hipp alongside Brian Adams. As always, just a pleasure to be next to you, my friend. Good to see you. And we will be back up here. Nacogdoches coming up. Your thoughts? I don't know much about NAC. We got to do a little bit of prep work on this one as all the games, but we got to really dig into Nacogdoches and see what they've got going on.
Well, the Nacogdoches Dragons, they're into the playoffs for a reason because they're a good football team. And at this point going forward, any team that's in the playoffs is a good football team. And the Hornets cannot let up whatsoever. They do have to clean up some of those penalties they made tonight. It cost them 21 points, maybe a record breaker with Ethan Miner returning that pick six. You know, that came back. They've got to clean that up. That is the one aspect I see that they need a lot of work on, these silly penalties. And if they can do that, sky's the limit for this
Absolutely.
team.
Well, we're looking forward to continuing this journey. We appreciate you joining us for this journey throughout the season. Again, we're going to try hard to have video next week. If not, we'll just have a broadcast booth camera. We do that for audio, and so we'll have it up here. You'll be able to listen to the audio as we'll bring you the excitement all season long. Nathan Hyde up here tonight producing. Again, I want to say a special thank you to our friends at Hollyland for the T1000 intercom system that we are testing out and using now. Made a world of difference tonight. Melton Green out there on camera, TJ Garrett, and also my good friend David England coming up tonight to witness these Hornets. Brian Adams in the booth, also back at the KSAM studio. Appreciate Garrick Long and all that he does, as well as our general manager, Dave Donahue. Lisa Blackburn helping me out this week tremendously with some logistics. And I also want to thank the folks here at Madisonville. They came up here.
No
they
doubt.
provided internet that we needed this
Absolutely.
week to bring this. And so a big thank you to Mrs. Smith and all that they do in this community. So, Brian, a fun one tonight. We're on next week. Madisonville right back here, Nacogdoches. We'll have it. The mini Battle of the Piney Woods, if you will, high school edition.
I love it. Everybody, please come out. Please support these young men. They are they are a heck of a football team, and they are the real deal. If you can't be here in person, listen to us on the radio. Watch it on YouTube if they're carrying video. All the fans that made the trip up 75-45 tonight, please drive safe going home. We thank you for coming and supporting these kids. What a fun regular season.
Your final 42-6, fourth-ranked Huntsville Hornets defeating Lamar Fulshear. That is your final. Huntsville undefeated, 9-0 on the season, and perfect in 10-5 AD2 play as well. We'll see you back next week, friends. As I end every broadcast, I want to remind you tonight that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week. Good night, and God bless from Madisonville, Texas. We'll see you next time, friends. Good night, everyone.
AB Square Self-Storage is your local go-to self-storage facility that can help give you the extra space you need. From non-climate and climate-controlled storage to parking spaces for your car, boat, trailer, and RV, they've got it all. AB Square Self-Storage has 24-hour computerized gate access, around-the-clock security camera monitoring, no long-term lease commitment, and convenient payment options. Give them a call today at 936-755-5000 or reserve your space online at www.ab2selfstorage.com. AB Square Self-Storage is a proud sponsor of Huntsville Hornet football. Sting 'em Hornets.
Huntsville ISD is the best place for children to be. We offer a full-day pre-K center to advanced career and college options, along with a variety of extracurricular activities and award-winning fine arts, band and athletics programs, an excellent child nutrition and bus transportation services, bilingual ESL and GT programs, special education services, and a career and technical education program that provides multiple certification and licensing options for students. Visit huntsville-isd.org. It's a great day to be a Hornet. We're building champions, everyone, every day.
You've been listening to the Huntsville Hornet Post-Game Report. The broadcast is an exclusive presentation of HEH Communications and the Huntsville Independent School District. Any rebroadcast of this program is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of HEH Communications, HISD, and all participating sponsors. Thanks for listening to